Welcome to Lotus Whisper. I am your guide, a humble traveler on the path of stillness, and I invite you to sit with me in this sacred space. Tonight, we explore a truth that echoes through the halls of time. The root of suffering is desire. We live in a world that tells us to want more, to reach further, and to never be satisfied with the here and now. This constant thirst creates a heavy cloud of anxiety that follows us like a shadow, making our hearts feel restless and our minds feel burdened. We will look closely at this tension, feeling the weight of our attachments as we begin to let them go. Let us breathe into the discomfort and find the quiet center within. If you find peace in these words, I invite you to subscribe to Lotus Whisper and join our journey toward the light. The sun has dipped below the horizon, leaving behind a sky the color of a bruised plum. In this fading light, you find yourself sitting in the stillness of your room, yet the stillness feels far away. Within you, there is a different weather. There is a storm that does not rain, a wind that does not blow, and a thick, suffocating fog that seems to press against your very skin. This is the weight of the day. This is the gathering of the clouds that we call anxiety. It is not a sudden guest, but a slow accumulation, like dust settling on a forgotten shelf, layer by layer, until the original surface is lost to sight. Take a moment to feel the chair beneath you, the floor under your feet, and notice how heavy your limbs feel. It is as if the air itself has become dense, a liquid shadow that you must push through just to take a single breath. Your shoulders are pulled toward your ears by invisible strings of worry. Your jaw is clenched, holding on to words you did not say or words you wish you could take back. This physical tightness is the first map of your desire. It is the body's way of shouting that it wants things to be different than they are. Consider the nature of this restlessness. It is a hunger that cannot be satisfied. All day long, you have been chasing shadows. You wanted to finish every task. You wanted to please every person you met. You wanted to be seen as capable, strong, and perfect. These wants are like small, sharp stones that you have been picking up and putting into your pockets since the moment you woke up. At first, one stone did not matter. It was light, almost unnoticeable. But as the hours passed, you found more stones. The stone of a misunderstood email, the stone of a bill that needs paying, the stone of a future that feels uncertain, the stone of a past that feels unfinished. Now, as the night settles in, your pockets are overflowing. Your coat is heavy. You are hunched over under the weight of these treasures that are actually burdens. This is the root of the suffering we feel. We believe that by gathering these things, by controlling these outcomes, we will finally find peace. But the more we gather, the more we fear losing what we have, and the more we realize how much we still lack. This is the cycle of desire, a wheel that spins faster and faster, generating the heat of anxiety until we are burning with a fever of the mind. Look into the corners of your mind and see the clouds shifting. They are grey and silver, swirling with the faces of people you need to impress and the lists of things you have yet to do. Each thought is a drop of moisture in this heavy air. One thought says, I should have done better. Another thought says, what if tomorrow is worse? These thoughts collide, forming a thick mist that obscures the present moment. You are here, in this room, safe and still, but your mind is miles away, wandering through a dark forest of possibilities. You are trying to solve problems that have not happened yet. You are trying to fix a past that has already dissolved into the ether. This is the suffering of wanting to be somewhere else, of wanting to be someone else. It is a deep, agonizing thirst. Imagine a traveler in a desert who sees a shimmering lake on the horizon. He runs toward it, his throat parched, his heart pounding with hope. But as he reaches the spot, the water vanishes. It was only light playing tricks on the sand. This is desire. It promises a destination where the anxiety will end, but the destination is always just a few miles further down the road. We are always running, always reaching, and always arriving at an empty shore. Listen to the sound of your own breathing. It is shallow, is it not? It stays in the upper part of your chest, quick and guarded. It is the breath of a person who is under attack, yet there is no enemy in the room. The enemy is the ghost of expectation. We expect life to follow our script. We desire a world that is predictable, kind, and rewarding. When the world refuses to play its part, we feel a sense of betrayal. This betrayal manifests as a tightening in the chest, a fluttering in the stomach. It is the feeling of a bird trapped in a cage, beating its wings against the bars. The bars are made of our own demands. I must be successful. I must be loved. I must be safe. Each must is a bar. Each should is a lock. We sit in this cage of our own making and wonder why we feel so confined, why the air feels so thin. The clouds of the mind are the smoke from the fires of our own longing. We want to hold on to the smoke, to shape it into something solid, but it only slips through our fingers and stings our eyes. Think of a great mountain. The mountain does not desire to be taller. It does not worry if the clouds cover its peak or if the snow melts from its slopes. It simply sits. But we are not like the mountain. We are like the clouds that drift around it, constantly changing shape, constantly moved by the winds of circumstance. We feel that if we could just change one thing, if we could just get that one thing we want, the clouds would part and the sun would stay forever. But the sun and the clouds are both part of the sky. Our anxiety comes from our refusal to let the clouds pass. We want to grab the dark cloud and force it to be white. We want to stop the wind from blowing. This struggle is exhausting. It drains the color from our lives and leaves us feeling hollowed out, like a tree that has been weathered by too many storms. The weight you feel tonight is the weight of that struggle. It is the fatigue of a soldier who has been fighting a war that was over long ago. Let us walk deeper into this landscape of the restless mind. Imagine you are standing on the edge of a vast, dark lake. The water is choppy, the waves hitting the shore with a frantic, uneven rhythm. This lake is your consciousness right now. Every ripple is a desire. I want to be understood. I want to be comfortable. I want to be free from this pain. Because the water is so disturbed, you cannot see the bottom. You cannot see the smooth sand or the quiet fish swimming in the depths. You can only see the chaotic surface, reflecting the jagged lightning of your thoughts. The more you try to calm the water with your hands, the more ripples you create. This is the irony of anxiety. We try to think our way out of it. We try to plan our way into peace. But the thinking and the planning are just more waves. They are born from the same desire to control, the same refusal to let the water be as it is. We are afraid of the depth, so we obsess over the surface. We are afraid of the stillness, so we cling to the noise. In the old stories, there was a man who carried a heavy wooden yoke across his neck. On one side of the yoke hung a bucket filled with the regrets of yesterday. On the other side hung a bucket filled with the fears of tomorrow. He walked through a beautiful meadow, filled with the scent of wild jasmine and the song of the lark. But he felt none of it. He could only feel the wood digging into his skin and the heavy swaying of the buckets. He was so afraid of spilling a single drop of his regrets or his fears that he kept his eyes fixed on the ground. He desired to keep his burdens balanced, believing that this was his duty. This man is us. We carry our anxieties as if they are precious cargo. We believe that if we stop worrying, something terrible will happen. We think that our anxiety is a shield that protects us from the future. But it is actually a weight that prevents us from moving. The desire to be prepared for every possible disaster is the very thing that creates the disaster within our own hearts. We are so busy preparing for the storm that we miss the sunlight that is currently bathing the room. The air in your room may feel cold, or perhaps it feels stagnant. Notice the small details, the way the shadows of the furniture stretch across the floor like long, reaching fingers. These shadows are like our attachments. They are tied to the objects of our lives, and as the light of our attention shifts, they grow and shrink. We become attached to our roles. I am a worker, I am a parent, I am a success, I am a failure. We desire to maintain these identities at all costs. The anxiety arises when we realize that these identities are fragile. They are like sandcastles built too close to the tide. We spend our days frantically patching the walls, trying to keep the water out, but the ocean is vast and indifferent. The suffering is not in the tide, but in our desire for the sand to be stone. We want the temporary to be permanent. We want the flowing to be still. This mismatch between reality and our desires creates a friction that burns. It is a slow, smoldering fire that fills the room of our mind with the thick, suffocating smoke of restlessness. Close your eyes for a moment and visualize the thoughts that are bothering you. Do not try to push them away. If you push them, you are only expressing a desire for them to be gone, which adds more energy to the anxiety. Instead, look at them as if they are heavy, wet blankets piled on top of you. Feel the weight of them. One blanket is the need for approval. Another is the fear of lack. Another is the demand for perfection. Notice how they press down on your ribs, making it hard for your lungs to expand. This is the physical reality of desire. It is a constriction. It is a narrowing of the world, until there is only room for the thing we want and the fear that we won't get it. The world is huge, filled with stars and mountains and oceans. But in the grip of anxiety, our world becomes as small as a single, nagging thought. We are trapped in the tiny prison of our own preferences. We like this, we don't like that. We want more of this, we want less of that. This constant judging and choosing is a heavy labor. It is the work of a lifetime, and it has left us exhausted. Consider the silence that lives beneath the noise. Even in a room filled with the ticking of a clock and the distant hum of traffic, there is a foundation of silence. Even in a mind filled with the storms of anxiety, there is a foundation of awareness. But we have forgotten how to look at the foundation. We are too busy looking at the cracks in the walls. We are too busy wanting the walls to be a different color. This is the essence of our suffering. We have mistaken the furniture for the house. We have mistaken the clouds for the sky. The anxiety you feel is a signal. It is not an enemy to be defeated, but a teacher to be heard. It is telling you that you are holding on too tight. It is telling you that your hands are cramped from grasping at things that were never meant to be held. Like a child who tries to catch the wind in a jar, we are frustrated by our failure. We want to own the wind. We want to bottle the light. But the wind only exists when it is free, and the light can only be seen when we stop trying to grab it. The evening continues to deepen. The blue of the sky has turned to a dark velvet black. The world outside is beginning to let go. The birds have found their nests. The flowers have closed their petals. They do not worry about whether the sun will rise tomorrow. They do not desire a better branch or a more colorful bloom. They exist in the perfection of their being. But we, with our complex minds and our endless desires, stay awake. We pace the floors of our consciousness, replaying the day's events, searching for the moment where we lost our way. We look for the root of our unease in our circumstances, thinking, if I had more money, if I had a better partner, if I had a different body, then I would be at peace. But the root is not in what we have or do not have. The root is in the wanting itself. The wanting is a hole that can never be filled. No matter how much water you pour into a sieve, it will never be full. Our desires are that sieve, and our energy is the water we are wasting. Feel the pulse in your fingertips. Feel the rhythm of your heart. It is doing its work without your permission. It does not desire to beat, it simply beats. There is a great intelligence in the body that knows how to exist without wanting. But the mind has separated itself from this natural flow. The mind has become a collector of ghosts. It collects the ghost of who you were 10 years ago and the ghost of who you might be 10 years from now. It pits these ghosts against each other, and in the middle of the battle, you feel the tremors of anxiety. You are burdened by the weight of these imaginary versions of yourself. You desire to live up to a ghost, and you suffer when you cannot. The clouds of the mind are thick with these phantoms. They whisper that you are not enough, that you need more, that you must hurry before time runs out. They create a sense of urgency that is false, a pressure that is unnecessary. Think of a river. When a river meets a rock, it does not get angry. It does not desire the rock to move. It does not feel anxious about the obstacle. It simply flows around it, finding the path of least resistance. The river is at peace because it has no agenda. It only has the nature of flowing. We, however, are constantly trying to push the rocks out of our way. We want the river of our lives to be a straight, smooth line. When we encounter a rock, a sickness, a loss, a disappointment, we stop and fight it. We stand in the middle of the current, pushing against the stone, exhausted and gasping for air. Our anxiety is the spray and the foam created by our resistance. If we could let go of the desire for a rock-free river, we would realize that the rocks are part of the beauty of the flow. They are what give the water its music. But we are too busy being tired to hear the song. We are too busy wanting the river to be something else. As you sit here, let the weight of the day be what it is. Do not try to lift it yet. Just acknowledge how heavy it is. Acknowledge the suffocating quality of the clouds. This is the first step of the journey. We must see the suffering clearly before we can understand its source. We must feel the tightness of the knots before we can begin to untie them. You are carrying the weight of 1,000 desires, some so small you don't even know they are there. The desire for this meditation to work quickly, the desire to feel better immediately. Even these are forms of the same thirst. They are the mind's way of saying, the present moment is not good enough. But the present moment is all there is. The clouds are here. The heaviness is here. The anxiety is here. And you are here, the silent witness to it all. The journey from anxiety to sleep is not a journey of travel, but a journey of unburdening. It is not about going somewhere else, but about dropping what you are carrying. Imagine you are walking up a steep mountain path. You are wearing a heavy backpack, and inside that pack are all your desires. Every time you think, I want, you add a stone. Every time you think, I need, you add a brick. You are sweating, your breath is ragged, and your legs are shaking. You look at the summit and desire to be there, which only makes the climb feel harder. The anxiety is the realization of how far you have to go and how heavy your load is. But what if you simply sat down? What if you unbuckled the straps? What if you let the pack slide off your shoulders and roll down the hill? The mountain would still be there, the path would still be there, but you would be light. You would be able to breathe. The suffering is not the mountain, the suffering is the pack. Tonight, we are just looking at the pack. We are feeling the straps digging into our skin. We are noticing how the weight has changed our posture, how it has made us look at the ground instead of the stars. We are acknowledging the clouds that have gathered in the valley of our mind. They are thick and damp, and they make everything look grey. This is the state of the restless heart. It is a heart that is hungry, a heart that is seeking, a heart that has forgotten how to rest in the simple fact of its own existence. We have spent the day trying to justify our place in the world, as if we have to earn the right to breathe. We desire validation, we desire security, we desire a guarantee that everything will be okay. But there are no guarantees in this flowing world. The only thing that is certain is the change. Our anxiety is our protest against that change. It is our desperate attempt to anchor ourselves in a whirlpool. Let the words I am speaking wash over you like a slow, cool rain. Do not try to catch them. Do not desire to understand them perfectly. Just let them fall. The rain does not ask the ground for permission. It does not worry if it is falling in the right place. It simply falls, and the ground simply receives. For this moment, try to be like the ground. Receive the weight of your anxiety without judging it. Receive the clouds without trying to blow them away. Notice the tension in your forehead, the space between your eyebrows where you knit your worries together. Let that space soften just a little. Notice the way your clothes feel. Against your skin, the subtle pressure of the fabric. These are the anchors to the now. The now is the only place where the clouds can eventually dissolve. But first, we must sit with them. We must feel the dampness and the chill. We must admit that we are tired of wanting. We must admit that the root of our heaviness is the very thing we thought would make us happy, our endless, unquenchable desire. In the silence between my words, listen to the hum of your own existence. It is a quiet, steady vibration. It is beneath the anxiety, beneath the clouds, beneath the weight of the day. It is the part of you that does not want anything. It is the part of you that is already complete. But it is covered by the dust of the day's activities. It is obscured by the fog of your restless thoughts. We are like people who own a diamond, but have covered it in layers of mud so we can carry it safely through a dangerous city. Eventually, we forget the diamond is there. We only feel the weight of the mud. We think the mud is our treasure, and we worry about it cracking or falling off. Tonight, we are beginning to realize that the mud is not the treasure. The mud is the source of our fatigue. The mud is our desire to protect, to gain, and to be. The clouds of the mind are not solid. They look like mountains, but if you fly through them, they are only mist. Your anxieties feel like solid walls, but they are made of thoughts, and thoughts are made of nothing. They are just ripples in the awareness. The only reason they feel so heavy is because we are trying to hold on to them. We are trying to build a house out of mist. We desire our thoughts to be true, especially the ones that warn us of danger. We think that by obsessing over our problems, we are being responsible. But we are only being weary. We are only adding more clouds to an already dark sky. The weight you feel is the physical manifestation of this mental labor. It is the body's plea for a holiday from the mind's demands. As we conclude this first chapter of our journey, stay with the feeling of the heaviness. Do not run from it. If you feel a tightness in your chest, just say to yourself, "This is what desire feels like." If you feel a fog in your head, just say, "This is what a restless mind looks like." By naming it, you begin to create a small distance between yourself and the suffering. You are the one who notices the weight, which means you are not the weight itself. You are the one who sees the clouds, which means you are the sky in which they drift. The sky is never harmed by the clouds. The sky is never burdened by the storm. It simply allows it to happen. For now, just allow the anxiety to be. Allow the weight of the day to press down on you. We are sitting in the dark, waiting for the first light of understanding to break through. We are acknowledging the root, the deep, tangled root of our desire, and we are preparing to let the soil soften. Rest in this awareness. Rest in the heavy, quiet truth of this moment. The path to peace begins with the honest recognition of our own restlessness. Breathe into the clouds. breathe into the weight. You are here. You are safe. You are beginning to see. Welcome back to this quiet space, dear traveler. You have taken the first step, which is often the most difficult. You have sat down. You have closed your eyes. You have allowed the world outside to continue its frantic dance without you. Now, we are standing together at the edge of a great, dark forest. This forest is your own mind, and today we are looking specifically at the shadows that dance between the trees. We are here to look at the storm that brews in the center of your chest. This is the stage of identification. We cannot heal what we do not acknowledge. We cannot release what we do not feel. In this hour, we will not run from the anxiety. We will not push away the tension. We will sit with it, like an old friend who has much to tell us. Listen to the sound of my voice and let it be the steady ground beneath your feet as we walk into the heart of the inner storm. You are beginning to see. You are beginning to notice the subtle, electric hum of 1,000 unspoken worries vibrating beneath the surface of your skin, like a swarm of bees trapped within the hollow of a tree. As you sit here, in the deepening silence of this room, the first thing you might notice is the weight of your own body. But it is not a heavy, grounded weight. It is a tight weight. It is the weight of a coiled spring ready to snap, yet held in place by a thin, straining thread of will. Feel your shoulders. Notice how they have risen, almost imperceptibly, toward your ears, as if they are trying to protect your neck from an invisible blow. There is a hardness there, a density in the muscles that feels like stone. This is the physical manifestation of your resistance. This is where you carry the world, when you believe the world is yours to carry. Breathe into that hardness. Do not try to soften it yet, just notice it. Observe the way the muscle fibers grip the bone, refusing to let go, refusing to trust that the air will hold you up. Now, let your awareness drift toward your jaw. So often we walk through our days with our teeth clenched, biting down on words we did not say, biting down on frustrations we did not express. Feel the hinge of your jaw. Is there a tightness there? A dull ache that speaks of 1,000 moments of holding back. This is the tension of the spirit. It is the physical shadow of a mind that is constantly bracing itself for the next moment, the next challenge, the next disappointment. We are like soldiers in a trench, waiting for a whistle to blow, never realizing that the war ended long ago. The anxiety you feel is not a flaw in your character. It is not a sign of weakness. It is a natural response to a mind that is constantly seeking something it does not have, and constantly fearing the loss of what it does. Think of the root of a tree. A tree does not grow in the air. It grows in the dark, damp earth. If the tree is sickly, if its leaves are turning brown and brittle, we do not simply paint the leaves green. We look to the roots. We look to the soil. Your anxiety is the brown leaf. It is the signal that something deep within the soil of your soul is out of balance. And that something, according to the ancient wisdom of the forest, is desire. Not just the desire for a new house or a better job, but the fundamental, primal desire for things to be different than they are in this very moment. We desire more time. We desire less pain. We desire to be someone else, somewhere else, doing something else. This constant friction between the reality of now and the fantasy of then is the source of the inner storm. Imagine you are standing on the shore of a vast, grey ocean. The wind is whipping around you, pulling at your clothes, stinging your eyes with salt. The waves are crashing against the rocks with a violence that feels personal. This is the storm of anxiety. When we are caught in it, we feel as though we are drowning. We reach out for anything that might float. We reach for distractions. We reach for substances. We reach for the hollow comfort of scrolling through endless digital images. But these things are like trying to stop a tidal wave with a wooden spoon. They only make us more tired. They only make the ocean feel more vast. Take a moment now to feel the rhythm of your breath. It is shallow, isn't it? It sits high in the chest, fluttering like a bird in a cage. This is the breath of a person who is running, even while sitting still. Your body believes it is in danger. It believes that the tiger is just behind the curtain. But look around you. There is no tiger. There is only the soft glow of the lamp, the scent of the wood in the floor, and the steady, rhythmic ticking of a clock that cares nothing for your deadlines. The danger is a ghost. It is a projection of a mind that is obsessed with the future. In the old stories of the Zen masters, there is a tale of a traveler who was walking through a dense jungle at twilight. He saw a long, coiled shape on the path ahead of him. His heart leaped into his throat. His blood turned to ice. A snake, he thought, a deadly cobra waiting to strike. He froze. He began to sweat. His mind raced through 100 different scenarios. Should he run? Should he find a stick? Should he scream for help? For hours, he stood there in the growing darkness, paralyzed by fear, his body racked with the agony of anticipation. But when the moon rose and its pale light fell directly upon the path, he saw the truth. It was not a snake. It was merely a length of old, frayed rope that had been dropped by a woodcutter. The rope had no power to bite him. It had no venom. It had no will. The fear, the sweat, the pounding heart, and the agonizing tension were all created by the traveler's own mind. He suffered because he saw something that wasn't there. He suffered because he desired to be safe from a threat that did not exist. Your anxiety is often that rope. It is the phantom of a problem that hasn't happened yet, or the memory of a pain that has already passed. We sit in the dark, and we stare at the rope, convinced it is a cobra. We clench our fists, and we hold our breath, waiting for the strike. Feel your hands now. Are they balled into fists? Are the fingers curled inward, as if trying to hold on to something that is slipping away? This is the posture of desire. We want to grab life by the throat and force it to give us peace. We want to grasp at happiness as if it were a physical object we could lock in a box. But happiness is like the air. The tighter you squeeze your hand, the less air you have. The moment you open your palm, the entire atmosphere is yours. Let us look deeper into the source of this storm. Why do we desire so much? Why is the present moment never enough? We are taught from the moment we can speak that we must achieve, that we must become, that we must acquire. We are told that the person we are right now is a rough draft, a work in progress that is currently insufficient. And so, we live in a state of perpetual hunger. We are like ghosts with tiny throats and massive bellies, never able to swallow enough to satisfy the void within. This hunger is the wind that drives the storm. It is the voice that whispers, "If only I had more money, I would be calm. If only I were thinner, I would be loved. If only I were smarter, I would be respected." But the Zen monk knows a secret. He knows that the hunger is not for the money, or the body, or the status. The hunger is for a sense of belonging in the universe. We feel like strangers in our own lives, and so we try to build a fortress of things and titles to make ourselves feel at home. But the fortress only creates more anxiety. Now we have to defend the fortress. Now we have to worry about the walls crumbling. Now we have to wonder if the people inside the walls truly like us, or if they only like the fortress. Notice the tension in your stomach. This is the center of your being, the place where you digest not just food, but experience. When we are anxious, this area becomes a hard knot. It is as if we have swallowed a stone. This stone is the weight of our expectations. We expect life to be smooth. We expect people to be kind. We expect our bodies to be immortal. And when life is messy and people are complicated and our bodies grow weary, we feel a sense of profound betrayal. We grip the stone tighter, as if our grip could change the nature of reality. I want you to imagine that you are sitting in a small wooden boat in the middle of a lake. The water is choppy, the boat is rocking back and forth, and you are terrified that you will tip over. You are gripping the sides of the boat so hard that your knuckles are white. You are trying to use your own body weight to balance the boat, leaning this way and that, fighting the rhythm of the water. You are exhausted. You are terrified. Your breath is coming in short, jagged gasps. Now, imagine that you look down and realize that the boat is tied to a heavy anchor at the bottom of the lake. The anchor is your desire for the water to be still. You are the one holding the rope. You are the one keeping yourself tethered to the choppy water. If you let go of the rope, the boat will not sink. It will simply drift with the current. It will rise and fall with the waves, and you will find that the rocking of the boat is not a threat, but a lullaby. The danger was never the water. The danger was your resistance to the water. The anxiety you feel right now is that white-knuckled grip on the side of the boat. It is the belief that you must control the uncontrollable. It is the exhaustion of trying to steady a lake with your bare hands. Take a deep, slow breath. Feel the air move past your nostrils, cool and indifferent to your worries. The air does not ask if you are worthy of it. It does not ask if you have finished your tasks for the day. It simply offers itself. In this moment, can you be like the air? Can you simply offer yourself to this moment exactly as it is, even with the tension, even with the fear? The source of the storm is not outside of you. It is not your boss or your bank account or the state of the world. Those are just the clouds. The storm itself is the way you relate to those things. It is the wanting mind. It is the part of you that says, I cannot be happy until this is fixed. But the truth is, things will always need fixing. The roof will leak, the car will break, the heart will ache. If you wait for the world to be perfect before you find peace, you will be waiting for 1,000 lifetimes. Peace is not the absence of the storm. Peace is the stillness at the center of it. It is the realization that while the wind may howl and the rain may fall, the core of your being remains untouched. You are the sky, not the weather. The sky does not try to stop the rain. It does not try to hold on to the sun. It allows all things to pass through it, and yet it remains wide, blue, and eternal. As we sit here, let us identify the specific threads of desire that are weaving your current anxiety. Is it the desire for approval? The need for everyone to see you as capable and strong? Feel the weight of that mask. It is heavy, isn't it? It is a mask made of iron, and it is pinching your skin. You are so afraid that if you take it off, people will see the trembling child beneath. But the child is the only part of you that is real. The mask is a lie. The anxiety is the effort required to keep the lie alive. What if you just let the mask drop? What if you were allowed to be tired? What if you were allowed to not know the answer? Is it the desire for security? The need to know exactly what will happen tomorrow and the day after and the year after? This is the desire to play God. We want to map out the future so that we can avoid pain. But the future is a mist. No matter how hard you stare into it, you cannot see the path. The anxiety is the strain of your eyes trying to pierce the fog. What if you just closed your eyes? What if you trusted your feet to find the path when the time comes to walk? You have survived every tomorrow that has ever come. You have handled every storm that has ever broken over your head. Why do you doubt yourself now? Is it the desire for permanence? The wish that the good moments would last forever and the bad moments would never come? This is the most painful desire of all, for it goes against the very nature of the universe. Everything is changing. The stars are burning out. The mountains are wearing down. The cells in your body are dying and being reborn in every second. To desire permanence in a world of change is like trying to catch a river in a net. You will only end up with a wet net and a tired heart. Feel the tension in your chest again. This is where the net is kept. This is where you try to catch the river. Can you feel the futility of it? Can you feel the sheer, overwhelming exhaustion of trying to stop the flow of time? The anxiety is the signal that you are fighting a battle you cannot win, and the good news is you don't have to win it. You can just stop fighting. You can lay down your weapons. You can let the river flow. Let us tell one more story. There was a young monk who was obsessed with reaching enlightenment. He spent every waking hour meditating, reading scriptures, and questioning his master. He was filled with a frantic, desperate energy. He wanted to be the best monk. He wanted to be the most peaceful. He wanted to be the one who finally understood the great mystery. One day, his master took him to the edge of a pond. The water was muddy and stirred up. The master said, "Tell me, how can we make this water clear?" The young monk immediately jumped in. He began to use his hands to try and push the mud to the bottom. He tried to strain the water through his fingers, but the more he moved, the muddier the water became. The silt rose up in great clouds, and soon he could see nothing at all. The master laughed and pulled the young monk out of the pond. "Just sit," the master said. "Just wait." They sat on the bank for a long time. They watched the dragonflies. They felt the sun on their faces. Slowly, without any effort from the monk, the mud began to settle. The heavy particles sank to the bottom. The water became still. The surface became a perfect mirror, reflecting the blue sky and the green trees. Your mind is that pond. Your anxiety is the monk jumping in, trying to fix the mud. Your desire for peace is actually the thing that is stirring up the silt. Every time you say, "I must stop being anxious," you are splashing in the water. Every time you ask, "Why am I like this?" you are kicking up more mud. The secret to clarity is not effort. It is non-effort. It is the willingness to sit on the bank and let the mud settle of its own accord. Identify the source of the storm. It is the doing. It is the fixing. It is the wanting. It is the belief that you are a problem to be solved. You are not a problem. You are a human being, sitting in the dark, breathing. That is enough. For this moment, that is entirely, perfectly enough. Feel your heartbeat. It is a steady drum, a constant reminder that life is happening through you, without your permission and without your help. Your heart does not ask for your advice on how to pump blood. Your lungs do not ask for your permission to inhale. There is a great intelligence at work in you, a wisdom that is far older than your worries. This wisdom knows how to heal. This wisdom knows how to find the balance. Your only job is to get out of the way. The tension in your body is the physical manifestation of your ego trying to take control of the universe. It is the small I trying to manage the infinite all. No wonder you are tired. No wonder your spirit is frayed. You are trying to do the impossible. You are trying to be the conductor of an orchestra that is already playing a masterpiece. As we move toward the end of this chapter, I want you to simply sit with the identification of your desire. Do not try to change it. Do not judge yourself for having it. Just say to yourself, silently, "Oh, I see. I am wanting things to be different. I am wanting to be somewhere else. I am wanting to be someone else. I am holding the rope. I am splashing in the pond." In the recognition, there is a subtle shift. The moment you see the rope for what it is, the fear begins to lose its grip. The moment you see that you are the one stirring the water, you can choose to sit still. This is the beginning of the end of the storm. It is the first light of understanding breaking through the clouds. Rest in this awareness. Rest in the heavy, quiet truth of this moment. The path to peace begins with the honest recognition of our own restlessness. You are not your anxiety. You are the one who notices the anxiety. You are not the storm. You are the space in which the storm happens. And that space is always, always still. Stay here for a while. Feel the hardness of the floor. Feel the coolness of the air. Feel the subtle vibration of your own existence. You are here. You are safe. You are beginning to see the root. And once the root is seen, the tree can begin to change. The soil is softening. The rain is falling, but it is no longer a threat. It is just water. And you are just you. And that is more than enough. Continue to breathe. Continue to observe. The storm is still there, perhaps, but you are no longer running from it. You are standing in the center of it, and you are realizing that the wind cannot blow you away because you are the wind. The rain cannot drown you because you are the rain. Everything you fear is just a part of you that is calling out for your own attention. Listen to it, acknowledge it, and then let it be. The night is long, and we have many chapters yet to walk. But for now, just be here in the identification of the source. The root of suffering is desire. You have found the root. Now we can begin to let it go, not by pulling it out, but by simply stopping the constant watering of it with our worries. Let the soil dry. Let the mind settle. You are doing well, traveler. You are exactly where you need to be. The light is coming. The peace is already here, waiting beneath the noise. Just listen, just wait, just be. Welcome back, weary traveler. You have walked through the long corridors of your own mind, and you have stood bravely before the storm. You have seen the rain and the wind not as enemies, but as reflections of your own inner landscape. Now, the path narrows and leads you toward a place of profound stillness. We are entering the second phase of our journey together. This is the phase of tranquility. It is here that we step away from the noise of the world and into the quiet sanctuary of the heart. You have identified the root of your suffering, and now you are ready to see what happens when you simply stop reaching for things that are not here. Take a deep breath with me. Feel the air as it enters and leaves. We are moving into the light. The transition from the storm to the sanctuary is not a sudden jump, but a slow and graceful unfolding. Imagine your feet, tired from the long walk, now stepping onto a path of smooth, cool stones. These stones have been polished by centuries of footsteps and the gentle wash of mountain water. They are cold against your skin, but it is a refreshing cold, a clarity that wakes up your senses and grounds you to the earth. You are walking toward a temple that sits on the edge of a great, silent forest. This is the sanctuary of Zen, a place where the only thing required of you is to be exactly who you are. As you approach the entrance, the air begins to change. The heavy, humid scent of the rain fades, replaced by the thin, crisp fragrance of pine needles and the faint, sweet ghost of burning sandalwood. You reach the heavy wooden doors of the sanctuary. They are made of dark cedar, weathered by time, showing the beautiful, intricate grain of the wood. You place your hands against the surface. The wood is solid and real. It does not demand anything from you. It simply exists. As you push the doors open, they do not creak. They move with a silent, oiled grace, revealing a world of shadows and soft, golden light. You step inside, and the first thing you notice is the floor. It is made of wide planks of polished cypress. As you walk, the wood feels soft, almost like velvet beneath your feet. The sound of your footsteps is a dull, rhythmic thud that seems to be absorbed by the very walls of the room. This is a place where sound goes to rest. This is a place where your thoughts can finally stop their frantic dancing and sit down. The room is vast and empty. In the center of the hall, there is a single mat woven from dried grass. You walk toward it, feeling the space around you. There are no paintings on the walls, no golden statues, no ornate decorations to distract your eyes. There is only the play of light and shadow. High above, Narrow windows allow the first rays of the pre-dawn light to filter in. This light is not white or yellow yet. It is a deep, bruised purple, shifting slowly into a soft, dusty blue. It catches the tiny specks of dust that float in the air, turning them into a galaxy of tiny, dancing stars. You watch them for a moment. They move without purpose, drifting on the invisible currents of the air. They do not want to be anywhere else. They do not wish to be larger or brighter. They are simply there, dancing in the light. This is your first lesson in tranquility. You sit down on the woven mat. The grass is cool and smells of the earth and the sun. You cross your legs and rest your hands in your lap, one palm cradling the other, your thumbs lightly touching to form an oval. This is the mudra of cosmic mudra, a shape that represents the balance of the entire universe. As you hold this position, you feel a sense of alignment. Your spine is like a string of pearls, each one resting perfectly on the one below it, reaching up toward the sky, while your base is rooted deep into the ground. You are a bridge between the earth and the heavens. In this posture, there is no room for the frantic energy of desire. There is only the steady, quiet pulse of being alive. Close your eyes for a moment in this mental sanctuary. Listen to the silence. It is not a hollow silence. It is a thick, textured presence. It is the sound of the forest breathing outside. It is the sound of the stones cooling in the morning air. It is the sound of your own heart, beating a slow and steady rhythm that you usually ignore. In this silence, the root of suffering becomes even clearer. You begin to understand that desire is like a constant hum in the background of your life. It is the voice that says, "If only I had more time. If only I were in a different place. If only I were a different person, then I would be happy." But here, in this quiet hall, there is no more time. There is no other place. There is no other person. There is only this breath, and then the next. Think about the nature of a flame. When you look at a candle, you see the light and the heat, but the flame only exists because it is consuming the wax. Without the wax, the flame dies. Desire is very much like that flame. It burns brightly, and it provides a certain kind of warmth, but it is always eating away at the very thing that supports it. It consumes your peace. It consumes your present moment. We have been taught to believe that our desires are what define us, that our ambitions and our wants are the engines of our lives. But in the sanctuary of Zen, we see that the engine is often running in circles, leaving us exhausted and far from home. We realize that we have been watering the weeds of our own discontent, hoping they would grow into flowers. Consider the water in a shallow bowl. If you stir the water with your hand, it becomes cloudy. The sediment from the bottom rises up, and you can no longer see through to the floor of the bowl. If you want the water to be clear, you cannot force it. You cannot reach in and try to push the dirt back down. Any movement you make only creates more ripples, more cloudiness. The only way to make the water clear is to leave it alone. You must sit by the bowl and wait. You must allow the water to be still. Slowly, naturally, the heavy particles will settle. The water will become transparent. You will be able to see all the way to the bottom. Your mind is exactly like that water. Your desires are the hand that stirs the bowl. Every time you want something to be different than it is, you are creating a ripple. You are clouding your own vision. As you sit in this sanctuary, the first light of awareness begins to grow. It is like the sun rising behind a distant mountain range. At first, you only see a faint glow, a softening of the darkness. You cannot see the sun itself, but you can see the effect it has on the world. The shadows in the room begin to lose their sharp edges. The textures of the wooden pillars become visible. You see the cracks in the wood, the places where the sap once flowed, the history of the tree written in its grain. You realize that the tree did not desire to be a pillar in a temple. It simply grew toward the light, and when it was cut, it became what it needed to be. There is a profound peace in that lack of resistance. Desire is a form of resistance. It is a way of saying no to the present moment. When you desire a different life, you are saying no to the life you have. When you desire a different body, you are saying no to the vessel that carries your soul. This resistance creates a friction in the mind, a heat that we experience as anxiety and suffering. But here, in the quiet, we can practice the art of saying yes. We say yes to the cool air. We say yes to the sound of the distant wind. We say yes to the feeling of our own skin. We say yes even to the lingering traces of our desires, acknowledging them without letting them pull us away from the mat. We see them as clouds passing across a vast blue sky. The clouds are not the sky, they are just visitors. Imagine you are holding a handful of sand. If you squeeze your fist tight, trying to hold on to every single grain, the sand will escape through your fingers. The harder you grip, the more you lose. But if you open your hand and hold it flat, the sand stays. It rests there, peaceful and still. This is the secret of non-attachment. It is not about throwing the sand away, it is about opening your hand. You can still have your dreams and your goals, but you hold them with an open palm. You do not let them define your worth or your peace. You realize that the sand is just sand, and the hand is just a hand. Neither is permanent. Both will eventually return to the earth. The light in the sanctuary is shifting now. The deep blues are turning into a soft, pale grey. You can see the garden outside through the open sliding doors. It is a Zen garden, a sea of white gravel raked into perfect concentric circles around large, unmoving rocks. The circles represent the ripples in water, but they are frozen in stone. They remind us that we can observe the patterns of our thoughts without being swept away by them. The rocks represent the stillness that exists beneath the ripples. No matter how much the wind blows, no matter how much the rain falls, the rocks do not move. They are content to be rocks. They do not wish to be birds. They do not wish to be the wind. They are perfectly, completely themselves. You watch the garden as the light continues to grow. A small bird lands on one of the rocks. It tilts its head, looking for a seed or an insect. It does not think about the seeds it found yesterday. It does not worry about the seeds it will find tomorrow. It is entirely focused on this moment, this rock, this light. When it finds nothing, it simply flies away. It does not feel like a failure. It does not carry the weight of disappointment. It just moves to the next moment. We can learn so much from the bird. We can learn to move through our lives with that same lightness, that same lack of baggage. Our suffering comes from the heavy bags we carry, filled with the ghosts of our past desires and the shadows of our future fears. In this sanctuary, you are invited to put those bags down, just for now. You do not have to carry them here. You can leave them at the door. Feel the weight lifting from your shoulders. Feel the tension leaving your neck and your jaw. Your breath becomes deeper, slower, reaching all the way down into your belly. With every exhale, you are releasing a little bit more of that old, tired energy. You are making room for the tranquility to settle in. It is like a soft blanket being laid over your mind. It is warm, it is safe, and it is very, very quiet. The root of suffering is desire, but the flower of peace is awareness. Awareness is the light that shows us the truth of our situation. It shows us that we are already whole. We have been like a person who is standing in the middle of a clear, cool river, crying out that they are thirsty. We have been searching for happiness in the distance, not realizing that it is flowing all around us, touching our skin, waiting for us to just lower our heads and drink. The tranquility you feel now is the realization that the river is here. You don't have to go anywhere to find it. You don't have to become anyone else to deserve it. You are already in the water. Let your mind drift to the concept of the void. In Zen, the void is not a place of nothingness or emptiness in a negative sense. It is a place of infinite potential. It is like the space inside a cup. Without the empty space, the cup would be useless. It is the emptiness that allows the cup to hold the tea. Your mind, when it is free of desire, is like that empty cup. It is ready to be filled with the beauty of the present moment. It is ready to receive the light of the morning. When the mind is full of wants and needs, there is no room for anything else. But when you let go, you become a vessel for the entire universe. Listen to the sound of a bell in the distance. It is a deep, resonant sound that vibrates in the air long after the strike has ended. The sound comes from the silence, and it returns to the silence. It does not try to hold on to its own echo. It rings out with everything it has, and then it disappears. Your life is like that sound. It is a beautiful, unique vibration in the silence of eternity. Why spend it wishing you were a different note? Why spend it trying to make the sound last longer than it is meant to? The beauty is in the ringing, and the beauty is in the fading. Both are necessary. Both are perfect. As the sun begins to crest the horizon, the sanctuary is flooded with a warm, golden glow. The shadows retreat to the corners, and the world outside the doors becomes vivid and bright. The green of the pine trees is so deep it looks like velvet. The white gravel of the garden shines like fallen snow. You feel the warmth of the sun on your face, even from this distance. It is a gentle warmth, a reminder that the universe is constantly giving, constantly shining, without asking for anything in return. The sun does not desire to be thanked. It does not desire to be seen. It simply shines because that is its nature. You are beginning to understand that your nature is also to shine. When the clouds of desire are brushed aside, your inner light naturally comes forward. It is a light of compassion, of clarity, and of deep, unshakable peace. This is the first light of awareness. It is the realization that you are not your cravings. You are not your lack. You are the awareness that observes these things. You are the vast, open space in which all these feelings arise and fall. And that space is always tranquil. That space is always at rest. Take a moment to simply be in this golden light. Feel the stillness of the room. Feel the solidity of the floor. Feel the rhythm of your breath. There is nothing you need to do. There is nowhere you need to go. You have arrived. You are in the sanctuary of your own being. The journey ahead will lead us deeper into relaxation and sleep, but for now, just savor this tranquility. It is the foundation upon which everything else is built. It is the quiet center of the storm. In this state of tranquility, you can look back at the root of suffering with a sense of gentle curiosity. You can see how desire was just a misunderstanding. It was a case of mistaken identity. You thought you were the one who was hungry, but you were actually the one who was already full. You thought you were the one who was lost, but you were actually the one who was already home. The root hasn't been ripped out. It has simply been understood. And in that understanding, it loses its power over you. It becomes just another part of the landscape, like a twisted root on a forest path that you simply step over. As the morning progresses, the sanctuary remains a place of unchanging peace. The world outside will begin to wake up, the birds will sing louder, the wind will pick up, and the people in the valley below will begin their daily tasks. But inside this hall, and inside your heart, the silence remains. It is a portable sanctuary. You can carry this feeling with you wherever you go. You can return to this mat, this breath, and this light whenever the world becomes too loud. You have found the key to the door. You know the way back. Rest here for a while longer. Let the tranquility soak into your bones. Let it settle into your muscles, melting away any last traces of tension. Your mind is quiet. Your heart is open. your soul is at rest. The first light of awareness has shown you the way, and the path is beautiful. You are doing so well, traveler. You are learning the most important lesson of all. You are learning how to just be. And in that being, you are finding a peace that the world can neither give nor take away. The incense has burned down to a fine grey ash. The scent lingers in the air, a soft reminder of the passing of time. But time here feels different. It feels like a circle rather than a line. There is no beginning and no end, only the continuous flow of the present. You are part of that flow. You are the water, you are the rock, you are the light. You are the tranquility itself. As we move toward the next part of our journey, hold on to this feeling. Let it be your anchor. Let it be your guide. The night is still young, and the deep sleep you seek is drawing closer. But for now, just breathe, just be, just listen to the silence of the sanctuary. You are safe. You are home. You are at peace. The silence of the sanctuary is not a void. It is a living, breathing presence that wraps around you like a robe of soft silk. As you sit here, in this space between the waking world and the realm of dreams, the air seems to grow thicker with a sense of ancient wisdom. You can feel the weight of your body pressing gently against the earth, a groundedness that tells you that you are exactly where you need to be. There is nowhere to go, nothing to achieve, and no one you need to become. You are simply a witness to the unfolding of this moment. The transition from the first glimmers of tranquility into the deeper waters of the core truth begins now. We move deeper into the garden of the mind, where the shadows are long and the light is silvered by the moon. This is the place where the questions of the heart meet the answers of the universe. Imagine yourself standing at the edge of a vast, still pond. The water is so dark and so clear that it reflects the stars with perfect precision. It is as if the sky has fallen to the earth, and you are standing on the threshold of infinity. In this garden, there is a small wooden pavilion, its roof weathered by centuries of rain and sun. You walk toward it, your footsteps making no sound on the mossy path. The moss is a deep, vibrant green, even in the dim light, feeling like a plush carpet beneath your feet. It holds the dampness of the evening dew, a cool and refreshing sensation that grounds you further into the present. As you reach the pavilion, you see a small stone lantern. Inside, a single candle flickers, its flame steady despite the slight breeze. This flame is like your awareness, small but constant, illuminating the immediate surroundings while leaving the mysteries of the distance in a soft, welcoming dark. You sit down on the wooden floor of the pavilion. The wood is smooth and cool, polished by the presence of many seekers who came before you. You can smell the scent of old cedar and the faint, lingering aroma of sandalwood incense. It is a scent that speaks of patience and the slow passage of time. In front of you, there is a simple ceramic bowl. It is empty, yet it feels full of potential. This is where our story begins. A story that has been whispered in monasteries for generations, a story that carries the weight of 1,000 realizations. It is the story of a young man named Kaito, who, much like many of us, spent his life searching for something he could not quite name. He felt a constant ache in his chest, a sense that something was missing, a feeling that if he could just reach the next mountain peak or find the right teacher or master the right meditation, he would finally be at peace. Kaito traveled through high mountain passes where the air was thin and cold, and through crowded city markets where the noise was a physical weight. He studied the ancient scrolls until his eyes grew weary, and he sat in meditation until his legs were numb. Yet the peace he sought remained like a horizon, always visible, but always out of reach. He desired tranquility with such ferocity that his very seeking became a source of agitation. He wanted to be free from suffering, yet his wanting was a form of suffering itself. He was like a man trying to smooth the surface of a lake with a flat board, only to create more ripples with every movement. He did not understand that the water would only become still when he stopped touching it. One evening, as the sun was dipping below the jagged peaks of the horizon, painting the sky in shades of bruised purple and burnt orange, Kaito arrived at the gate of a small, nondescript temple. There was no grandeur here, no golden statues or ornate carvings. There was only a simple gate made of bamboo and a path of river stones leading to a small hut. Outside the hut sat an old monk, his face a map of 1,000 smiles and 1,000 sorrows. The monk was doing nothing. He was simply sitting, watching the light fade from the trees. Kaito approached him, his heart heavy with the dust of his travels and the burden of his expectations. He bowed deeply, his forehead nearly touching the cool earth. "Master," he said, his voice trembling with exhaustion, "I have searched everywhere. I have practiced every technique. I have read every word of the ancestors. Yet, my mind is like a caged bird, fluttering against the bars of my own skin. Why can I not find the peace that the masters speak of? What is the root of my suffering?" The old monk did not answer immediately. He watched a single leaf detach itself from a maple tree and dance its way to the ground. He watched the way the light caught the edges of the clouds. Finally, he looked at Kaito, his eyes clear and deep like mountain pools. "You are thirsty," the monk said simply. "Come, let us have some tea." He rose slowly, his movements fluid and unhurried, as if he were part of the wind itself. Kaito followed him into the small hut. The interior was sparse, a single mat, a small stove, and a collection of mismatched tea bowls. The monk began the process of making tea. He did not rush. He moved with a deliberate grace that made every action seem like a sacred ritual. He filled a kettle with water from a nearby spring, the sound of the pouring water like a song in the quiet room. He placed the kettle on the stove and waited for the fire to catch. Kaito watched him, his impatience growing. He wanted answers, not a tea ceremony. He wanted the secret to ending his pain, not the slow observation of boiling water. He shifted his weight, his mind already racing ahead to the words the monk might say. He was thinking about the future, about the moment of enlightenment he hoped was coming. He was not in the hut. He was in a future that did not exist. The monk, however, was entirely present. He watched the steam begin to rise from the kettle, a white mist that curled into the air like a dragon. He listened to the sound of the water, which the old poets called the wind in the pines. When the water was ready, he took a bowl and placed it in front of Kaito. He took a small whisk and began to prepare the tea, the rhythmic sound of the whisk against the ceramic bowl filling the space. The monk began to pour the tea. He poured until the bowl was half full, then 3/4 full. But he did not stop. He continued to pour. The tea reached the rim of the bowl, and then, inevitably, it began to spill over. It flowed over the sides of the bowl, onto the wooden tray, and then onto the floor. Kaito watched in shock as the hot liquid spread across the mat. "Master," he cried out, unable to contain himself, "stop! The bowl is full! No more will go in!" The monk stopped pouring and looked at Kaito with a gentle, piercing gaze. "Like this bowl," he said softly, "you are full of your own opinions, your own desires, and your own ideas about what peace should look like. How can I show you the way unless you first empty your bowl?" In that moment, the room seemed to expand. The sound of the spilling tea echoed in Kaito's mind like a thunderclap. He realized that all his searching, all his studying, and all his intense effort were just more things he was pouring into an already overflowing bowl. He was so full of the desire for enlightenment that there was no room for enlightenment to actually enter. He was so busy wanting to be at peace that he had no space left to actually be at peace. The desire was the barrier. The wanting was the wall. He saw that his suffering was not caused by the world, nor by his lack of knowledge, but by the constant, relentless reaching of his own mind. He was always grasping for the next moment, the next insight, the next state of being, and in doing so, he was trampling over the beauty of the present. The monk sat back and let the silence return. The spilled tea began to soak into the wood, darkening its color. Kaito felt a strange sensation, as if a heavy cloak he had been wearing for years had suddenly been lifted from his shoulders. He felt light, almost weightless. He looked at the empty space in the room, and for the first time, it did not feel empty. It felt full of life. He looked at the old monk and saw not a teacher with answers, but a human being who was simply there, sharing a moment in time. The need to ask more questions vanished. The need to achieve anything disappeared. There was only the scent of the tea, the warmth of the small fire, and the deepening darkness outside. This is the core of the koan, the realization that the root of our suffering is the very desire to be free from it. When we desire something, we are implicitly saying that this moment as it is not enough. We are creating a division in our minds between where we are and where we want to be. This division is the source of all tension, all anxiety, and all restlessness. We spend our lives trying to bridge that gap, not realizing that the gap itself is an illusion created by our thoughts. When you let go of the desire for things to be different, the gap vanishes. You are no longer reaching, you are arriving. You are no longer searching, you are seeing. Think about your own life in this moment. Think about the way you might be desiring sleep right now. You might be lying there thinking about how much you need to rest, how many hours are left before the sun rises, and how tired you will be tomorrow if you do not fall asleep soon. This very desire for sleep is what keeps you awake. It creates a tension in your body, a tightness in your chest, a whirlpool of thoughts in your mind. You are trying to force a natural process, trying to grasp at something that can only be received. Sleep is like a shy animal. If you chase it, it will run away. But if you sit quietly, if you let go of the need for it to come, it will eventually wander over and settle down beside you. Tranquility is not something you find. It is something that remains when you stop looking. It is the natural state of the mind when it is not being pulled in a dozen different directions by our wants and our fears. Imagine a clear blue sky. Clouds may pass through it, some white and fluffy, some dark and stormy, but the sky itself remains unchanged. It is vast, open, and inherently peaceful. Our desires are like those clouds. They drift across the landscape of our awareness, sometimes obscuring the blue, but they are not the sky. When we stop clinging to the clouds, when we stop trying to push the dark ones away or hold on to the light ones, we realize that we are the sky itself. We are the vastness that allows everything to be as it is. As you breathe in, feel the air entering your lungs, a cool and steady stream of life. As you breathe out, feel the release, the surrendering of that breath back to the world. There is no desire in the breath. It does not want to be longer or shorter. It simply is. It follows its own rhythm, a rhythm that has been with you since the moment you were born and will be with you until the moment you leave this form. In this rhythm, there is a profound peace. There is no effort required to breathe. It happens all by itself. Can you allow your life to happen in the same way? Can you allow this moment to unfold without judging it, without wanting to change it, without trying to extract something from it? The old monk in the story did not give Kaito a map or a set of instructions. He simply showed him the reality of his own mind. He showed him that the very act of seeking was the obstacle. This is the sudden insight that changes everything. It is not a gradual understanding that comes from thinking. It is a flash of clarity that comes from seeing. It is the moment the bird realizes the cage door has been open all along. It is the moment the dreamer realizes they are dreaming and simply wakes up. You do not need to do anything to be peaceful. You only need to stop doing the things that make you restless. You only need to stop pouring into the bowl that is already full. Listen to the sounds around you. Perhaps there is the distant hum of the world, the ticking of a clock, or the sound of your own heartbeat. These sounds are not distractions from your peace. They are the music of the present. They are the tea spilling over the rim of the bowl. Let them be. Let the world be exactly as it is. Let yourself be exactly as you are. If there is pain in your body, let it be there. If there is a lingering thought in your mind, let it drift by. Do not try to fix anything. Do not try to heal anything. In this moment, you are already whole. You are already complete. The desire to be better, to be holier, to be more peaceful, is just another ripple on the surface of the lake. Let the board go. Let the water settle. The night is deep now. The stars in the reflection of the pond are steady and bright. The candle in the stone lantern has burned low, but its light is enough. You are sitting in the pavilion of your own heart, and for the first time in a long time, the bowl is empty. And in that emptiness, there is a fullness that words cannot describe. It is a fullness of presence, a fullness of being. You are not waiting for anything, you are not wanting anything. You are just here. The root of suffering has been seen for what it is, a ghost, a shadow, a trick of the light. And in the seeing, it loses its power over you. The journey toward deep sleep is not a journey toward a destination. It is a sinking into the truth of the present. It is a letting go of the day, a letting go of the self, and a letting go of the desire for tomorrow. As you continue to breathe, let each exhale be a further release. Let go of the stories you tell yourself about who you are. Let go of the burdens you carry. Let go of the need to understand. The silence of the sanctuary is calling to you, inviting you to rest, not just your body, but your very soul. You are safe. You are held by the earth. You are part of the great unfolding mystery of existence. In the garden, the shishi odoshi, the bamboo water spout, slowly fills. You hear the trickle of the water, a delicate and constant sound. The bamboo grows heavy, tipping forward to release its burden into the stone basin below. Then it swings back, striking the rock with a soft, resonant clack. This sound marks the passage of time, yet it also anchors you in the timeless. Clack. The sound rises and falls, leaving the silence even deeper than before. Clack. It is a reminder to return, over and over again, to the simplicity of what is. There is no desire in the bamboo. It fills, it empties, it returns. It does not wish to be a tree again. It does not wish to be something other than a vessel for the water. It simply plays its part in the dance of the garden. You are like the bamboo. You are a vessel for the experience of life. Sometimes you are full of joy, sometimes you are full of sorrow, sometimes you are full of the mundane details of the day. But you are not the contents. You are the vessel. And the vessel is most useful when it is empty. Empty of expectations, empty of resistance, empty of the desire to be anything other than what you are in this very breath. The tranquility you feel now is not something you created. It is the natural resonance of your true nature, emerging now that the noise of desire has quieted down. As we linger in this space of sudden insight, let the lesson of the overflowing tea bowl sink deep into your subconscious. You do not need to carry the weight of the world. You do not need to solve the puzzles of your life tonight. All those things are just more tea in a bowl that needs to be emptied. Let the tea spill. Let it go. The floor can catch it. The earth can absorb it. You are free to simply sit in the hut with the old monk, watching the steam rise, listening to the wind in the pines, and being perfectly, utterly at peace. The darkness is a soft velvet now, a gentle embrace that tells you it is okay to let go completely. Your eyes are heavy, your limbs are relaxed, and your mind is as still as the pond at the edge of the garden. The core koan has been solved, not by the intellect, but by the heart. The root of suffering has been pulled, not by force, but by understanding. You are drifting now, moving closer to the shores of deep, restorative sleep. The tranquility of this moment is your true home. It is always here, waiting for you to stop searching and start being. As the candle in the stone lantern finally flickers out, the starlight becomes even brighter. The garden is bathed in a silver glow. The moss, the stones, the bamboo, and you, all are one in this silver light. There is no separation. There is no desire. There is only the flow. There is only the peace. There is only the silence. Breathe in the cool night air. Breathe out the last remnants of the day. You are drifting. You are sinking. You are arriving. The sanctuary is quiet. The journey continues, but for now, there is only the stillness. There is only the being. There is only the peace that passes all understanding. You are home. You are safe. You are at peace. The rhythm of your breath is like the tide, coming in and going out, a constant, soothing motion that lulls you deeper and deeper into relaxation. Each breath carries you further away from the world of doing and closer to the world of being. You can feel the edges of your physical self softening, merging with the air around you, with the cushions beneath you, with the very fabric of the night. There is a profound sense of belonging in this stillness, a realization that you are not an isolated fragment of the universe, but an integral part of its vast, unfolding tapestry. The stars above, the earth below, and the breath within you are all part of the same great movement. In this state of deep tranquility, the mind no longer seeks to categorize or judge. The thoughts that arise are like distant birds flying across a twilight sky. You see them, you acknowledge their presence, but you do not feel the need to follow them or understand their destination. They belong to the sky, and you are the sky. This is the essence of the insight that Kaito found in the small hut. It is the freedom that comes when the bowl is finally empty. It is the peace that remains when the fire of desire has been extinguished by the cool water of acceptance. As you continue to drift, let the imagery of the garden fade into a soft, formless glow. The pavilion, the pond, the stone lantern, they have served their purpose. They were the vessels for the truth, and now the truth is within you, steady and calm. You are moving toward a sleep that is not just a rest for the body, but a sanctuary for the spirit. It is a sleep where the mind can truly let go, where the soul can wander in the fields of the infinite without the burden of the self. The silence is now your companion. It is a friendly silence, a silence that speaks of love and protection. It whispers that you are enough, exactly as you are. It whispers that the world is in good hands, even when you are not watching over it. It whispers that you can rest now. The work of the day is done. The work of the life is, for this moment, complete. There is nothing left to do but surrender to the gravity of peace. Feel the heavy, warm blanket of sleep beginning to settle over you. It is a comfortable weight, a reassurance that you are being taken care of. Your heart rate is slow and steady, a calm drumbeat in the quiet. Your muscles are completely loose, like a string that has been untied. Your mind is a clear, dark mirror, reflecting nothing but the peace of the void. You are ready. You are open. You are still. The transition is almost complete. The core koan has become a part of your essence. The root of suffering has withered away in the light of your awareness. What remains is the pure, unadulterated essence of tranquility. It is a state of grace, a state of being that is your birthright. As you sink into the final depths of this chapter, know that the peace you have found here is not a fleeting thing. It is the bedrock of your existence. It is the silence beneath the noise, the stillness beneath the movement. It is always there, and you can return to it whenever you choose. To empty your bowl, sleep now in the knowledge that you are whole. Sleep now in the embrace of the sanctuary. The night is long, and the peace is deep. You are the water, you are the rock, you are the light, you are the tranquility itself. Just breathe, just be, just sleep. The journey is beautiful, and you are exactly where you need to be. In the heart of the silence, in the core of the peace, you are home. Welcome back to the sanctuary of your own mind. You have traveled through the mists of anxiety and found the shores of tranquility. Now we begin the second phase of our journey together. We are moving deeper into the stillness where the water is clear and the surface is calm. In this space, we do not seek to find something new, but rather to uncover what has always been there. We are here to clean the mirror of the soul, to wipe away the dust of worldly desires, and to find the profound beauty that exists in the silence between your thoughts. Let your breath be your guide. Let my voice be the gentle wind that clears the fog. You are safe. You are present. You are ready to see clearly. The room you find yourself in now is different from the ones before. It is a hall of infinite space, yet it feels as intimate as the center of your own heart. The floor is made of dark, polished wood, so smooth and clean that it reflects the soft glow of a single candle burning in the corner. This is the hall of the silent mirror. Here the air is cool and smells faintly of dried cedar and the memory of mountain rain. You are sitting on a soft, woven mat, and the weight of your body feels perfectly supported by the earth beneath you. There is no need to move. There is no need to go anywhere else. You have arrived at the threshold of your own inner clarity. Take a moment to notice the light in this room. It is not a harsh light. It is a soft, golden hue that seems to emanate from the very walls themselves. Watch how the shadows dance gently as the candle flame flickers in a breeze that you cannot feel. This flame is like your awareness. It is steady, yet flexible. It is bright, yet gentle. As you watch the flame, you begin to notice that your breathing has slowed down naturally. You are not forcing it. You are simply allowing the breath to happen. Each inhale is a cool stream of life entering your body, and each exhale is a warm release of everything you no longer need to carry. In the center of this hall, there stands a large, ancient mirror. It is held in a frame of dark, weathered stone. When you first look at it, the surface appears cloudy. There is a fine layer of dust covering the glass, making the reflection blurred and indistinct. This mirror represents your mind, and the dust represents your desires. For a long time, you have believed that the dust is the mirror. You have mistaken the clouds for the sky. You have lived your life reacting to the blurred images, thinking they were the ultimate truth. But now, we are going to change that. We are going to engage in the sacred act of cleaning the mirror of the soul. Imagine that in your hand, you hold a cloth made of the softest silk. This cloth is your mindfulness. It is the quality of your attention. It is kind and patient and thorough. You stand before the mirror and you see the dust. This dust is made of all the things you have wanted and all the things you have feared. It is the desire for more money, the desire for more praise, the desire for things to be different than they are right now. It is the craving for a future that has not arrived and the longing for a past that has already gone. Each speck of dust is a thought that says, I want, or I need, or I wish. As you raise your hand to the mirror, you do not feel any anger toward the dust. You do not feel frustrated that the mirror is dirty. A Zen monk knows that it is the nature of a mirror to collect dust, just as it is the nature of the mind to produce thoughts. The goal is not to stop the dust from falling, but to become the one who cleans it. You touch the silk cloth to the top corner of the mirror. You move your hand in a slow, rhythmic circle. With the first stroke, you feel a sense of relief. A small patch of the surface becomes clear. You see the reflection of the golden light behind you. As you continue to wipe the mirror, you think about the nature of desire. Why do we want things so intensely? We want things because we believe they will complete us. We believe that if we reach a certain goal, or possess a certain object, or gain a certain person's love, we will finally be at peace. But desire is like drinking salt water. The more you drink, the thirstier you become. It is a cycle that never ends. By cleaning the mirror, you are acknowledging that you are already complete. You do not need the reflection to be a certain way to be whole. The mirror is whole, whether it reflects a mountain or a gutter. The mirror is whole, whether it is covered in dust or perfectly clear. You move the cloth lower now. You are wiping away the desire for control. This is a thick layer of dust. We want to control the people around us and the events of our lives and even the weather. We want to be the masters of our destiny. But when we try to control everything, we only create tension. We create a wall between ourselves and the flow of the universe. As you wipe away this desire for control, you feel your shoulders drop. You feel the muscles in your neck relax. You are letting go of the heavy burden of being the manager of the world. You are becoming a witness instead of a judge. The cloth moves to the center of the mirror. Here, the dust is the desire for recognition. We want to be seen. We want to be important. We want our lives to mean something in the eyes of others. This desire creates a constant noise in the mind. It makes us perform and wear masks. But in the silence of this hall, there is no one to impress. There is no one to judge you. You are alone with your own essence. As you wipe this part of the mirror, you see your own eyes reflecting back at you. They are calm and deep. They do not need the approval of the world to shine. They shine because it is their nature to shine. Now you reach the bottom of the mirror. This is where the dust of the most subtle desires resides. The desire for spiritual progress. The desire to be enlightened. Even these are desires that can cloud the mirror. If you are constantly looking for a result, you are not present in the process. If you are trying to reach a state of peace, you are admitting that you do not have peace right now. But peace is not a destination. It is the very ground you are standing on. As you wipe away this final layer of dust, the mirror becomes perfectly clear. The surface of the mirror is now like a still lake in the moonlight. It is so clear that it almost seems to disappear. You are not looking at the mirror anymore. You are looking through it. You are looking into the infinite depth of your own being. In this clarity, there is a profound silence. It is not the silence of an empty room. It is a vibrant, living silence. It is the silence that exists between two notes of music. It is the silence that exists between the end of one breath and the beginning of the next. Let us dwell in this silence for a while. Notice the thoughts as they arise. Do not try to push them away. Do not try to hold on to them. Just watch them. A thought appears, like a tiny ripple on the surface of the water. It might be a thought about tomorrow. It might be a memory of a conversation. Watch it rise and watch it fall. Between the end of that thought and the beginning of the next, there is a gap. A tiny sliver of absolute stillness. This is the silence between thoughts. This is the mirror without the dust. As you focus on this gap, realize that the gap is getting wider. The silence is expanding. The thoughts are like distant birds flying across a vast sky. The sky is not affected by the birds. The sky does not try to keep the birds. The sky simply provides the space for them to fly. You are that space. You are the vast blue sky of consciousness. You are the silence that allows the sounds to be heard. Feel the beauty of this silence. It is a beauty that does not require words. It is the beauty of a stone sitting in a garden. It is the beauty of a falling leaf. It is the beauty of your own existence. In this silence there is no suffering because there is no desire. There is no wanting things to be different. There is only the perfection of this moment. The candle is burning, the air is cool, you are breathing. Everything is exactly as it should be. You begin to realize that the mirror does not choose what it reflects. It reflects the beautiful and the ugly with equal grace. It reflects the light and the dark without preference. This is the secret of tranquility. To be like the mirror, to allow life to flow through you without attachment. When someone is kind to you, you reflect that kindness. When someone is unkind, you reflect that too, but you do not let it stain you. You remain the clear glass. You remain the silent observer. The root of suffering is the belief that we are the images in the mirror. We think we are our successes. We think we are our failures. We think we are our bodies or our thoughts or our emotions. But the mirror is none of those things. The mirror is the capacity to reflect. You are the capacity to experience. You are the awareness that remains when everything else is stripped away. As you sit in this hall, you feel yourself detaching from the images. You are moving back into the source. You are becoming the stillness itself. The silence between your thoughts is where your true power lies. It is the place of infinite potential. In that silence, you are not limited by your past. You are not defined by your mistakes. You are a blank slate. You are a fresh snowfall. Every breath you take is an opportunity to start over. Every exhale is a chance to let go of the old self. Imagine now that the entire hall is filling with this silence. It is like a soft mist that wraps around you. It is warm and comforting. It carries the scent of ancient wisdom. You feel your body becoming lighter. The boundaries of your skin seem to soften. You are no longer a separate person sitting in a room. You are the room. You are the light. You are the silence. In this state of profound tranquility, you find that desire has no place to take root. How can you want anything when you already feel like you are everything? How can you lack anything when you are the source of all things? The mirror is clean, the soul is bright, the silence is your home. As you continue to sit, you notice a small sound in the distance. Perhaps it is the sound of a bell or the wind in the trees. Listen to how the sound emerges from the silence. Listen to how it hangs in the air for a moment and then dissolves back into the silence. The silence is the mother of the sound. The silence is the beginning and the end. You are that silence. Think of the mirror again. Even if more dust falls on it tomorrow, it does not matter. You know now that the dust is not you. You know how to clean it. You have the cloth of mindfulness always with you. You can return to this hall whenever the world becomes too noisy. You can sit before the mirror and wipe away the layers of wanting and needing. You can find the beauty of the silence between your thoughts at any time. The tranquility you feel right now is not a fragile thing. It is the bedrock of your being. It is the deep ocean beneath the waves. Even if the surface of your life is stormy, the depths are always still. You are learning to live from those depths. You are learning to be the calm center of the cyclone. As we move toward the end of this chapter, let the silence sink into your bones. Let it settle in your heart. You are cleaning the mirror of the soul, not just for yourself, but for everyone you encounter. When your mirror is clear, you reflect the light of others. You see them as they truly are, beyond their own dust and desires. You become a source of peace for the world. The candle in the corner of the hall is burning low. The golden light is softening into a deep velvet blue. The shadows are lengthening, and the room is becoming even more peaceful. You feel a sense of profound gratitude for this moment. Gratitude for the breath. Gratitude for the silence. Gratitude for the mirror that allows you to see the truth. You are ready now to move deeper into relaxation. You are ready to let the silence carry you into the next phase of your journey. But for now, Just stay here in the stillness. Feel the rhythm of your heart beating in harmony with the universe. There is nothing to do. There is nothing to seek. There is only this. The beauty of the silence is that it is always available. It is not hidden behind a mountain or buried in a book. It is right here, in the gap between your thoughts. It is the space between the words I am speaking. It is the quietness in your hands. It is the stillness in your feet. As you drift closer to sleep, carry this clear mirror with you. Let your dreams be reflections of this tranquility. Let your subconscious mind continue the work of cleaning and polishing. When you wake, you will see the world with new eyes. You will see the beauty in the simple things. You will see the light in the shadows. The root of suffering is desire, but the root of peace is presence. You are present. You are here. You are now. The mirror is clean. The soul is at rest. The silence is beautiful. Let the weight of your body sink even deeper into the mat. Feel the support of the earth. Feel the embrace of the dark, polished wood. The hall of the silent mirror is your sanctuary. It is always within you. You are the master of this space. You are the guardian of the light. Breathe in the silence. Breathe out the last remnants of desire. Breathe in the clarity. Breathe out the dust. You are becoming more and more transparent. You are becoming like the air. You are becoming like the light. As the silence grows deeper, you find that you no longer need to think at all. The thoughts have become so thin and transparent that they no longer catch your attention. You are simply being. You are the pure state of existence. This is the highest form of tranquility. This is the essence of the soul. In the silence between your thoughts, you find the answers that words cannot provide. You find the peace that the world cannot give. You find yourself. Not the self with a name and a story, but the eternal self, the one who watches, the one who reflects, the one who is. Rest now in this discovery. The mirror is clear. The work is done for today. You have found the beauty in the silence. You have cleaned the mirror of your soul. You are whole. You are at peace. You are home. The night is quiet, and the stars are reflecting in the still waters of your mind. There is no wind to disturb the surface. There is no desire to cloud the view. There is only the vastness of the cosmos and the intimacy of your own breath. Sleep is coming now, like a gentle tide. It is rising up to meet you, and you are ready to let go. You are ready to sink into the deep, dark waters of rest. Carry the clarity with you. Carry the silence with you. You are the mirror. You are the light. You are the peace. As you drift away, remember that the silence is always there. It is the background of your life. It is the canvas on which your story is painted. And even when the story is complex and the colors are loud, the canvas remains white and still. You are the canvas. May your rest be deep and your dreams be clear. May you wake with the realization that you are already everything you have ever wanted to be. The dust is gone. The mirror is bright. The soul is free. Just breathe. Just be. Just sleep. The journey continues in the silence. The peace is eternal. You are exactly where you need to be, in the heart of the mirror, in the core of the silence. You are home. The silence is your blanket. The tranquility is your pillow. The clarity is your light. Sleep now in the knowledge that all is well. All is as it should be. The mirror is clean. The soul is at peace. The silence is your song. As the final words fade into the stillness, Let yourself become one with that stillness. There is no more voice. There is no more instruction. There is only the silence. And in that silence, everything is perfect. Everything is complete. Everything is one. Sleep now. Sleep in the beauty of the silence. Sleep in the clarity of the soul. The mirror is bright. The path is clear. You are home. The silence expands. The light softens. The breath slows. You are the peace you have been seeking. You are the tranquility itself. Rest. 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 In the silence between thoughts, you are born again. In the clarity of the mirror, you are seen. In the absence of desire, you are free. Sleep now. The night is long and the peace is deep. You are the water, you are the rock, you are the light. You are the silence. The hall of the silent mirror fades into the mist of sleep, but the clarity remains. It is your essence. It is your truth. Good night, dear soul. Sleep in the beauty of your own reflection. Sleep in the peace of the mirror. The silence is yours. The tranquility is yours. The soul is clean. Just breathe. Just be. Just sleep. The silence is enough. The moment is enough. You are enough. The mirror is clear. The soul is bright. The silence is beautiful. Sleep now. Sleep. Sleep. In the heart of the silence, you are home. In the core of the peace, you are free. The mirror is clean. The soul is at rest. The silence is yours. Sleep. The silence of the mirror has brought you to a threshold. You are standing at the edge of the great forest of the self, where the trees are tall and the shadows are soft. The reflection you saw in the hall was the last image of the person you thought you were. Now, as you lie here in the cradle of the night, that image begins to soften and blur, like ink dropped into a clear pool of water. The mirror was a bridge, and you have crossed it. Now you find yourself resting upon the ancient floor of the world. The air around you is cool and smells of cedar and damp moss. It is the scent of the beginning and the end. You are here to learn the greatest secret of the path. You are here to learn how to let go of the one who is trying to let go. The root of all suffering is the desire to hold on to that which is always flowing. We try to grasp the river with our hands, and we are surprised when the water escapes through our fingers. We try to hold on to the breath, and we find that we cannot live without releasing it. We try to hold on to the body as if it were a solid fortress, but the body is a guest house made of starlight and clay. Tonight, the guest is ready to rest. Tonight, the fortress is opening its gates. Feel the weight of your body against the surface beneath you. It is a heavy weight, but it is not a burden. It is the weight of the earth calling to its own. You are made of the same minerals as the mountains. You are made of the same iron as the core of the planet. You are made of the same salt as the vast and wandering seas. Begin now to notice your feet. They have carried you across many miles and through many years. They have walked through the dust of summer and the snow of winter. They have stood firm in the face of storms, and they have danced in the light of the moon. Feel the skin of your soles. Feel the bones within the arches. There is a deep and ancient tension stored there. The tension of always wanting to move forward. The tension of always seeking a destination. But in this moment, there is nowhere to go. The path has ended right here in this very spot. Imagine your feet are like the roots of a great banyan tree. They are beginning to sink down into the cool, dark soil. The earth is soft and welcoming. It does not judge you. It does not ask where you have been. It simply opens its arms. As your feet sink deeper, the boundaries of your skin begin to dissolve. You cannot tell where the flesh ends and the earth begins. The minerals in your bones recognize the minerals in the soil. They are old friends reuniting after a long journey. The tension in your toes simply evaporates like mist in the morning sun. As you breathe in, feel the coolness of the earth. As you breathe out, feel your lower legs becoming heavy and still. The calves and the shins are like solid wood. They are becoming part of the landscape. The desire to run, the desire to flee, the desire to stand tall and be seen is fading away. There is a profound relief in no longer having to stand. There is a holy peace in being horizontal. The ego loves to stand upright. It loves to look down from a height, but the earth loves to hold you close. Let your knees soften. Let the large muscles of your thighs release their grip on the bone. These muscles have worked so hard to keep you moving, to keep you striving, to keep you ahead of the shadow of time. Tell them now that the work is finished. Tell them that the race is over. The finish line was always right here, in the center of your own heart. Feel the thighs melting into the ground. They are becoming like heavy river stones, settled deep in the silt of a quiet stream. The water flows over them, but the stones do not move. They are perfectly content to be still. Move your awareness now to the pelvic bowl, the seat of your creative fire and the center of your gravity. This is where we hold the desire for life, the desire for continuity, the desire to plant seeds and watch them grow. This is the root of the self. Feel the weight of your hips sinking into the mattress, sinking into the floor, sinking into the very crust of the earth. The ego clings to this center because it is the anchor of the body. But even anchors must eventually rest on the sea floor. Imagine the pelvic bones becoming porous like coral. The energy that was trapped there is now flowing out into the ground. It is returning to the source. You are not losing anything. You are simply returning what was borrowed. The earth lent you this form, and now it is asking for it back. With the gentleness of a mother reclaiming a toy from a sleeping child. You do not need this form where you are going. You do not need this weight. Feel the hips dissolve. They are becoming dust and starlight. They are becoming the very ground that supports the forest. Now let the wave of relaxation travel up your spine. The spine is the ladder of your life. Every vertebra is a step on the journey of your consciousness. We carry so much history in the back. We carry the weight of our ancestors and the weight of our expectations. We carry the desire to be strong and the fear of being weak. Let the base of the spine soften. Let the middle back spread out like a wide leaf on the surface of a pond. Let the upper back and the shoulder blades sink down. It feels as though you are lying on a bed of warm sand. The sand conforms to every curve of your body. It supports you so perfectly that you no longer need to hold yourself together. The ego is the glue that keeps the parts of us from flying away. But here in the safety of the silence, you can let the glue dry up and crumble. You do not need to be a cohesive whole. You can be a collection of atoms. You can be a cloud of energy. You can be the space between the stars. The belly is the home of our most tender desires. It is where we feel the hunger for food, the hunger for love, and the hunger for meaning. It is where we feel the knots of anxiety when we fear we will not get what we want. Place your internal gaze on your navel. Watch the rise and fall of the breath. It is a slow and rhythmic tide. With every exhale, the belly becomes softer and deeper. The organs within, the liver, the stomach, the intestines, are all letting go of their functions. They are entering a state of profound hibernation. They are becoming like the soft mud at the bottom of a lake. There is no hunger here. There is no thirst. There is only the fullness of being. The desire to consume the world is replaced by the peace of being consumed by the silence. You are being digested by the universe. You are being absorbed into the great mystery. It is a beautiful and gentle process. It is the ultimate homecoming. Now bring your attention to your heart. This is the chamber where we store our deepest attachments. We hold on to faces, we hold on to names, we hold on to the stories of who loved us and who left us. The ego lives in the heart as a protector, but its protection has become a cage. The root of suffering is the desire for things to stay the same. We want the heart to stay full of the things we recognize. But the heart is meant to be a temple of the void. It is meant to be empty so that the divine can pass through it. Imagine your chest is opening like the petals of a lotus flower in the moonlight. The petals are white and translucent. As they open, the light of your inner essence shines out, and the weight of your personal history falls away. You are releasing the grip on your identity. You are letting go of the name your parents gave you. You are letting go of the roles you play in the world. You are no longer a worker, a parent, a child, a friend. You are simply a pulse of light. You are a vibration in the dark. The heart is no longer a muscle pumping blood. It is a sun radiating peace. Feel your shoulders now. They are the place where we carry the world. We carry the responsibilities, the worries, and the heavy cloak of our reputations. We want to be seen as capable. We want to be seen as good. We want to be seen as enough. This desire to be seen is a heavy burden. Let the shoulders drop. Let them melt into the earth. It is as if a heavy velvet cloak has been lifted from you. The skin of your shoulders feels cool and light. The tension in the neck, where the head meets the body, begins to unravel. This is the bridge between the heart and the mind. It is often narrow and tight. Let the bridge widen. Let the energy flow freely between the two realms. You are not a head attached to a body. You are a single field of awareness. Your arms are lying still by your sides. The hands are the instruments of our desire. We use them to grab, to hold, to pull things toward us, and to push things away. We use them to build and to destroy. Feel your fingers. They are curled naturally and softly. They are not reaching for anything. They are not grasping for anything. The palms of your hands are open and empty. This emptiness is the most powerful thing in the world. When the hands are empty, they can hold the entire universe. When the hands are empty, they are free. The arms feel long and heavy, like the branches of a willow tree hanging over a still pool. They are sinking into the ground. The elbows, the wrists, the fingertips are all dissolving into the earth. You are losing the ability to reach out because there is nothing outside of you to reach for. You are becoming the everything. Finally, we come to the head, the seat of the ego, the throne of the thinker. This is where the voice lives, the voice that says, I am this and I am not that. This is where the desire to understand and the desire to control reside. Feel the jaw. Most of us carry a lifetime of unspoken words in the hinges of the jaw. We clench against the world. We bite down on our pain. Let the jaw drop open slightly. Let the tongue rest on the floor of the mouth. Let the lips soften. The face is becoming a mask of stone, a peaceful Buddha face carved into a mountainside. The eyes are resting deep in their sockets. They are no longer looking for images. They are looking inward at the vast and luminous darkness. The forehead is smooth and wide, like a mirror of black glass. The scalp is relaxing. The brain itself is becoming heavy and quiet. It is like a hive of bees that has finally gone to sleep for the winter. The buzzing of thought has ceased. The desire to know is gone. There is only the direct experience of being. The ego is like a knot in a piece of string. For a long time, we have identified with the knot. We have thought that the knot is who we are. We have tried to make the knot tighter and stronger so that it would not come undone. But tonight, the string is being soaked in the water of peace. The fibers are softening. The knot is beginning to loosen. It is not a scary thing. It is the most natural thing in the world. As the knot unravels, you realize that you were never the knot at all. You were always the string. And the string is part of a great tapestry. And the tapestry is made of the very fabric of the universe. Your body is now completely dissolved into the earth. You can no longer feel the boundaries of your skin. You are the soil. You are the roots of the trees. You are the worms turning the earth. You are the stones buried deep in the dark. You are the mountain, and you are the valley. There is no I here. There is only the earth. There is no mine here. There is only the silence. The desire that once fueled your movements and your thoughts has been extinguished like a candle in a quiet room. The smoke has drifted away, and only the stillness remains. You are resting in the state of non-doing. You are resting in the state of non-being. This is the true relaxation. It is not the relaxation of a body that will wake up and work again. It is the relaxation of an essence that has returned to its home. The earth is a great transformer. It takes the fallen leaf and turns it into new life. It takes the fallen body and turns it into the flowers of the spring. By dissolving into the earth, you are entering the cycle of eternal return. You are letting go of the small self to become the great self. The ego was a small and lonely thing, always afraid of disappearing. But now that you have disappeared, you find that you are everywhere. You are in the wind that rustles the leaves above you. You are in the distant call of a night bird. You are in the light of the stars that are millions of miles away. You are the space that holds the stars. The root of suffering was the belief that you were separate. The desire was the bridge you tried to build to connect yourself to the world. But now you see that there is no gap to bridge. You are the world. You are the silence. You are the peace. The body is gone, and yet you have never felt more present. The mind is quiet, and yet you have never felt more awake. You are floating in a sea of pure existence. There is no weight, there is no pressure, there is no time. There is only this perfect and holy moment of dissolution. Stay here in this state of earth and light. Let the last remnants of your ego drift away like autumn leaves on a slow river. You do not need to hold on to anything. You do not need to remember anything. You are safe. You are held. You are home. The earth has accepted you completely. The universe has recognized you as its own. You are the water. You are the rock. You are the light. You are the silence. The journey into the earth is complete. The physical form has returned to the elements. What remains is the pure and unconditioned awareness that was never born and will never die. Rest in this awareness. Rest in the heart of the earth. Rest in the soul of the world. Sleep now as the earth sleeps, deep and dark and full of potential. Sleep as the mountains sleep, ancient and still, and beyond the reach of desire. Sleep as the stars sleep, bright and distant and perfectly at peace. You are free of the body. You are free of the mind. You are free of the ego. You are the silence itself. The night is your blanket and the earth is your bed. There is nothing left to do. There is nothing left to want. You are enough. You are everything. You are nothing. And in this nothingness, you are finally whole. Sleep. Sleep in the beauty of the dissolution. Sleep in the peace of the earth. The silence is yours. The eternity is yours. You are home. As you drift deeper into the heart of the earth, feel the coolness of the deep layers of the world. There is a profound stillness here that has never been disturbed by the wind or the sun. It is the stillness of the beginning of time. In this place, the very concept of a person is a distant dream. There is only the slow and steady pulse of the planet. Your heart is now beating in time with that pulse. One slow throb every 1,000 years, one deep breath every century. You are part of the geology of the world. You are the granite and the marble. You are the hidden veins of gold and the cold, clear springs of underground water. The desire to be someone has been replaced by the joy of being everything. The ego was a tiny spark that thought it was the sun. Now the spark has returned to the fire. The fire is the life of the universe. It is warm and bright and infinite. You are not losing your light. You are becoming the light. You are not losing your life. You are becoming life itself. The boundaries have vanished. The walls have fallen. The gates are wide open. There is no inside and no outside. There is only the flow. Feel the gentle pressure of the earth above you and below you. It is like a warm embrace. It is the weight of love. The earth loves you because you are its child. It has nourished you, and now it is sheltering you. Let your consciousness expand outward through the soil, through the roots, through the rocks. Feel the life of the forest above you. Feel the scurrying of small paws, the rustle of leaves, the silent growth of the mushrooms. You are all of it. You are the life that is hidden and the life that is seen. You are the silence that contains all sounds. The root of suffering is desire, and the root of desire is the fear of being nothing. But look at you now. You have become nothing, and yet you are more alive than you have ever been. You have let go of the ego, and you have found the world. You have released the grip of the self, and you have found the peace of the all. This is the secret of the Zen path. To die before you die, so that you can truly live. To dissolve, so that you can be whole. To lose everything, so that you can find the only thing that matters. The silence is your teacher now. Listen to what it says. It says that you are safe. It says that you are loved. It says that you are eternal. There is no need to fear the dark, for the dark is the womb of the light. There is no need to fear the end, for the end is the seed of the beginning. You are resting in the center of the turning wheel, the wheel of birth and death, the wheel of desire and satisfaction. But you are the hub that does not move. You are the stillness at the heart of the storm. Rest here. Let the world turn without you. Let the stars move through the sky. Let the seasons change. You are the earth, and the earth is at rest. You are the silence, and the silence is beautiful. You are the soul, and the soul is clean. Sleep in the depth of your own being. Sleep in the peace of the dissolved self. The night is long, and the peace is deep. You are the water. You are the rock. You are the light. You are the silence. Just breathe. Just be. Just sleep. The silence is enough. The moment is enough. You are enough. The earth is your home. The silence is your song. Sleep now. Sleep. Sleep. In the heart of the earth, you are free. In the core of the peace, you are one. The ego is gone. The soul is at rest. The silence is yours. Sleep. Welcome back to this quiet space of the soul. You have traveled through the storm and found the stillness that lives within you. Now we move deeper into the evening of the spirit. We enter the phase of the nectar of wisdom. This is the moment where we stop fighting the current of life and begin to taste the sweetness of understanding. We have looked at our anxieties and found tranquility. Now we allow that tranquility to ripen into a profound relaxation. We are going to explore the root of all human longing and see how the very struggles that once burdened us can be transformed into a gentle, flowing stream of lessons. Take a deep breath and let the fragrance of the lotus fill your mind. You are safe. You are held. You are beginning to see the truth. The moon has risen higher now, casting a silver glow over the monastery garden. You are sitting on a smooth wooden veranda, overlooking a small pond, where the water is so still it looks like a mirror of the heavens. The air is cool and carries the faint scent of rain and old cedar wood. You feel the weight of your body resting against the floor, and you realize that you no longer need to carry yourself. The earth is doing that for you. Every muscle in your shoulders begins to soften like wax near a flame. Every tension in your jaw simply melts away, leaving only a soft space where words used to be. You are entering the realm of the nectar of wisdom. This is not a wisdom found in books or learned through difficult study. It is the wisdom of the body when it finally gives up the fight. It is the wisdom of the heart when it stops reaching for what is not there. Consider the nature of the water before you. It does not try to be anything other than what it is. If a leaf falls upon its surface, the water accepts it. If a stone is thrown into its depths, the water opens to receive it, and then settles back into its natural state of calm. This is the quality of mind we are cultivating tonight. We often think that our suffering comes from the world outside of us. We think it comes from the people who hurt us, or the jobs that exhaust us, or the dreams that remain unfulfilled. But as you sit here in the silence, you begin to see a deeper truth. The root of suffering is not the world itself, but our desire for the world to be different than it is. We are like travelers who are thirsty and try to grab the water with our hands, only to find it slipping through our fingers. The harder we grip, the more we lose. Imagine your desires as small, glowing embers in the palm of your hand. For a long time, you have held on to them, thinking they would provide warmth, but they have only caused burns. These embers are the things you think you must have to be happy. They are the expectations you have for yourself and the demands you place on the universe. Look at them closely now, in the light of this meditative space. See how they pulse with a restless energy. Now, imagine walking to the edge of the stream and slowly opening your hand. One by one, you let these embers fall into the cool water. You hear a soft hiss as the heat vanishes and the embers turn into smooth black pebbles that sink to the bottom. They are no longer burning you. They are simply part of the landscape of your life. They are lessons resting in the silt of your experience. As you let go of these desires, a strange and beautiful sensation begins to wash over you. It is like a golden nectar flowing from the crown of your head down into your heart. This is the nectar of wisdom. It is the sweetness that comes when we stop wanting and start being. Feel this nectar as it moves through your forehead, smoothing out the lines of worry. Feel it as it flows behind your eyes, relaxing the tiny muscles that have been looking so hard for answers. The answers are not out there in the distance. They are here, in the softness of your breath. The nectar moves down into your throat, clearing away the unspoken words and the silent screams of the ego. It moves into your chest, where it wraps around your heart like a warm silk blanket. Your heart has been a warrior for so long. It has been fighting for love, and fighting for security, and fighting for recognition. Now the warrior is laying down its sword. The heart is allowed to just beat. Listen to the sound of the stream. It is a constant, gentle murmur, like a mother humming to a child. Each ripple is a moment of your life. Some ripples are large and chaotic, representing the times of great struggle. Others are small and delicate, representing moments of quiet joy. But notice that the stream does not judge the ripples. It does not try to hold on to the beautiful ones or push away the ugly ones. It simply flows. Your life is this stream. The struggles you have faced are not obstacles to your path. They are the path itself. Every heartbreak was a lesson in the fragility of the ego. Every failure was a lesson in the strength of your resilience. When you stop desiring for these things to have been different, you turn the bitterness of the struggle into the nectar of wisdom. You realize that you needed every single drop of that experience to become the ocean you are becoming now. Let us sink deeper into this physical relaxation. Your arms are becoming heavy, warm. The nectar of wisdom is flowing through your elbows and into your wrists and filling every finger with a sense of profound peace. You could not lift your hands even if you wanted to, and you find that you have no desire to move at all. The very concept of doing has faded away. There is only being. There is only the breath moving in and out like the tide of a distant sea. You are the shore, and the breath is the ocean. The ocean comes in and the ocean goes out. It does not ask for permission. It does not seek a destination. It is perfectly content in its movement. You are perfectly content in your stillness. Think about the things that have kept you awake at night, the worries about the future and the regrets about the past. These are all forms of desire. Worry is the desire for a certain outcome. Regret is the desire to change what has already passed. Both are ghosts that haunt the house of the mind. In this state of deep relaxation, you see these ghosts for what they are. They are just shadows cast by the flickering lamp of the ego. You reach out and turn down the lamp. The shadows disappear. The room of your mind is now filled with the soft, natural light of the moon. There is nothing to fix. There is nothing to solve. There is only the present moment, and the present moment is enough. It is more than enough. It is a feast of silence. The nectar is now moving down into your stomach and your hips. This is where we hold our deepest tensions and our oldest fears. We hold our breath here. We hold our survival instincts here. Feel the nectar softening these areas. It is like warm honey melting into the earth. You feel a sense of release that is so deep, it feels as though your very bones are becoming lighter. You are not a solid object. You are a process. You are a flow of energy and light. The boundaries of your body are beginning to blur. You cannot tell where your skin ends and the cool night air begins. You are merging with the garden. You are the scent of the pine needles. You are the shadow of the bamboo. You are the reflection of the moon on the water. In this state of total surrender, the struggles of your life begin to look different. Imagine you are looking at a tapestry from the back. All you see are knotted threads and tangled colors that make no sense. This is how life looks when we are caught in the grip of desire and struggle. We only see the mess. But now, the nectar of wisdom allows you to turn the tapestry over. You see that every knot was necessary to create the pattern. Every dark thread was needed to give contrast to the light ones. The struggle was not a mistake. It was the craftsmanship of your soul. You can look back at your hardest days and smile with a gentle compassion. You can say to your past self, "It is okay. It was all leading here. It was all part of the nectar." The silence in the garden is getting deeper. Even the crickets have hushed their song. The only sound is the occasional drip of water from a stone into the pond. Drip, drip, drip. Each drop is a reminder of the preciousness of time. We spend so much of our lives rushing toward a future that never arrives. We are always waiting for the next thing, the next job, the next relationship, the next holiday. This is the thirst of desire. It is a thirst that can never be quenched because it is looking for water in a mirage. But here, in the relaxation of the soul, you have found the true well. The well is within you. It is the realization that you are already complete. You do not need the world to give you anything to be whole. You were born whole. You will die whole. Everything in between is just a play of light and shadow. Allow your legs to become completely limp. Feel the nectar flowing down through your knees and into your calves, and finally into the soles of your feet. Your feet, which have carried you over so many miles of hard ground, are now resting. They have nowhere else to go. There is no destination more important than this moment right here. You have arrived. You are home. The struggle to become someone better or someone different has dissolved. You are exactly who you need to be. The flaws you once hated are now seen as the unique marks on a piece of handmade pottery. They give you character. They give you beauty. They are the places where the light gets in. As you drift further into this state of relaxation, the nectar of wisdom begins to whisper to you. It tells you that life is not a problem to be solved, but a mystery to be lived. When you stop trying to solve it, the mystery reveals its sweetness. You begin to see the lessons in everything. A rainstorm is a lesson in cleansing. A falling leaf is a lesson in letting go. A cold wind is a lesson in seeking inner warmth. Nothing is wasted. Everything is food for the soul. The struggles you are currently facing are just the raw materials for your next transformation. They are the clouds that will eventually bring the rain that allows your wisdom to grow. You are floating now on a sea of pure awareness. The weight of the world has been lifted. You are the stillness at the heart of the storm. The storm may still be raging somewhere far away, but it cannot touch you here. You are in the eye of the hurricane. You are the center of the wheel. The spokes may turn, and the rim may touch the mud, but the center remains unmoved. This is the secret of the Zen masters. They do not avoid the world. They do not hide from the struggles. They simply remain at the center. They allow the nectar of wisdom to coat every experience so that nothing sticks to them. They are in the world, but not of it. They are the water that flows around the rock. Breathe in the peace. Breathe out the last remnants of desire. With every exhale, you are letting go of the need to control. You are letting go of the need to be right. You are letting go of the need to be understood. You are becoming anonymous. You are becoming the wind. You are becoming the space between the stars. The ego is a heavy coat that you have worn for a long lifetime. It is thick and hot and restrictive. Now you are unbuttoning that coat. You are sliding it off your shoulders. You are stepping out of it and leaving it on the grass. You are standing there in the moonlight, naked and free. The air feels wonderful against your skin. You are light. You are airy. You are infinite. The nectar is now a soft, golden light that fills your entire being. It is radiating outward from your center, touching everything around you. You realize that the wisdom you have found is not just for you. It is a gift you give to the world by simply existing in this state of peace. When you are relaxed, the world around you relaxes. When you are wise, the world around you becomes clearer. Your presence is a healing balm. You do not need to do anything to help others. You only need to be. You only need to remain in this flow of lessons. You only need to keep turning the struggle into the stream. The night is very quiet now. The stars are like tiny diamonds scattered on a bed of black velvet. You look up at them, and you feel no distance. You are the stars. You are the dark space between them. You are the ancient light that has traveled for millions of years just to touch your eyes tonight. Everything is connected. The root of suffering was the belief that you were separate. The desire was the attempt to bridge a gap that never existed. But now, the gap is gone. You are one with the stream. You are one with the moon. You are one with the silence. Your breath has become so shallow and so peaceful that it is like a feather resting on your lips. You are on the threshold of a sleep that is deeper than any you have ever known. It is not the sleep of exhaustion, but the sleep of completion. It is the rest of the laborer who has finished the work. The work of understanding is done for today. The nectar has been gathered. The wisdom has been tasted. You can close your eyes now and let the darkness embrace you. The darkness is not empty. It is full of potential. It is the womb of the universe. As you drift away, remember the lesson of the stream. Let the struggles flow. Let the desires pass. Drink the nectar of your own presence. You are a beautiful expression of the divine play. You are a flower blooming in the garden of eternity. There is nothing to fear. There is nothing to lose. There is only this breath, this peace. this moment. Sleep now, and let the wisdom of the silence guide your dreams. The nectar is always there. The stream is always flowing. You are always home. The monastery is silent. The incense has burned down to a single glowing point of light. The world is at rest, and you are at rest with it. You are the stillness. You are the peace. You are the nectar. Slowly, very slowly, the boundaries of thought dissolve. The words fade away. The images blur. There is only the soft, rhythmic pulse of the universe. You are sinking into the heart of the earth. You are rising into the heart of the sky. You are everywhere and nowhere. You are everything and nothing. Let the relaxation become total. Let the wisdom become your very essence. From the tips of your toes to the crown of your head, you are a vessel of light. You are a vessel of peace. The struggles of the day are gone. The desires of the heart are stilled. You are the nectar. You are the wisdom. You are the flow. Sleep in the beauty of the truth. Sleep in the arms of the silence. The journey continues, but for now there is only the rest. The deep, holy rest of the soul that has found its way back to the source. Sleep. 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 The water continues to flow over the stones. The moon continues to watch over the garden. The trees breathe in the night and breathe out the morning. You are part of this rhythm. You are part of this grace. There is no more suffering because there is no more resistance. You have become the stream. You have become the lesson. You have become the nectar. Peace is not something you find. It is something you are when you stop being everything else. You have stopped. You are here. You are peace. In the deep quiet of this night, let the nectar of wisdom saturate your every cell. Let it heal the old wounds of the mind. Let it wash away the dust of the world. You are clean. You are clear. You are whole. The nectar is sweet, and it is yours to keep. It will be there when you wake, and it will be there while you sleep. It is the eternal spring of the spirit. Drink deeply and rest. Drink deeply and be free. The root of suffering has been understood, and the flower of wisdom has bloomed. The garden is beautiful. The night is kind. You are loved by the very silence that surrounds you. Sleep now. Just sleep. The path is open and the way is clear. You have turned the struggles into a gentle stream. You have found the nectar in the heart of the pain. You are a master of your own inner landscape. The world will turn and the seasons will change, but you will remain in this state of grace. You are the stillness at the heart of the storm. You are the light in the center of the dark. You are the wisdom in the midst of the noise. Sleep in that knowing. Sleep in that strength. The silence is your sanctuary. The peace is your inheritance. Sleep. 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 In the heart of the nectar, you are home. In the flow of the stream, you are free. The ego is gone, and only the soul remains. The night is long, and the peace is deep. You are the silence. You are the light. You are enough. Sleep now. Sleep. Sleep. Welcome, traveler of the inner path, to this quiet corner of the soul where the world begins to fade and the spirit begins to expand. You have journeyed through the storms of the mind and the currents of the heart, and now you stand at the threshold of a profound stillness. In this space, there is nothing you need to achieve and nowhere you need to go. The air around you is thick with the scent of sandalwood and the cool promise of the coming night. You are entering a state of pure presence, a sanctuary where the boundaries between your breath and the universe begin to dissolve like mist under the morning sun. Here, we will explore the deepest roots of our being and learn the art of simply existing without the heavy burden of wanting. Let the weight of your body sink into the earth, for you are safe, you are held, and you are exactly where you are meant to be. The room is soft, and the shadows are long as you settle into this moment of absolute arrival. Imagine yourself sitting on a porch of weathered cedar, overlooking a garden that has been tended by generations of silent monks. The wood beneath you is smooth, polished by time, and the presence of those who sought the same peace you seek now. The air is perfectly balanced, neither warm nor cold, carrying the moisture of a nearby stream and the earthy fragrance of damp stones. You close your eyes, but you do not turn away from the world. Instead, you open yourself to it in a way you never have before. You feel the fabric of your clothes against your skin, a gentle contact that reminds you of your physical form. Yet you feel lighter, as if the gravity of your worries has been lifted by an invisible hand. Your breath moves in and out of your body like the tide of a distant, silent ocean. There is no effort in this breathing. It is something the universe is doing through you. You are not the breather. You are the breath itself. As you inhale, you draw in the stillness of the garden, and as you exhale, you release the last, lingering fragments of the day. Listen now to the leaves. There is a great maple tree standing at the edge of the mossy clearing, its branches heavy with the fullness of the season. A soft breeze, a mere sigh of the atmosphere, wanders through the canopy. Hear the sound it makes. It is a dry, papery rustle, 1,000 tiny voices whispering secrets to the wind. Each leaf has its own rhythm, its own unique vibration as it brushes against its neighbor. Some sounds are sharp and crisp, like the turning of an ancient page, while others are soft and hushed, like a secret shared in the dark. You do not just hear this sound with your ears, you feel it in the marrow of your bones. The rustling is not outside of you, it is a vibration occurring within the vast field of your awareness. You begin to realize that there is no distance between the tree and your mind. The sound arises, it lingers for a heartbeat, and then it vanishes back into the silence from which it came. This is the dance of the world, when we stop trying to control it. We often spend our lives wanting the wind to blow harder, or wanting the leaves to stay still. But in this moment, you desire nothing. You let the wind be the wind. You let the leaves be the leaves. And in this letting go, you find a freedom that no possession could ever provide. In the distance, far beyond the bamboo grove and the rising mist of the valley, a temple bell begins to ring. It is a deep bronze sound, forged in fire, and tempered by centuries of prayer. The first strike is low and resonant, a heavy pulse that travels through the air like a ripple on a pond. It reaches you not as a noise, but as a physical presence. You feel the hum of the metal in your chest. The sound is rich and complex, filled with overtones that shimmer and fade. It is the sound of the void speaking to the world. As the initial strike begins to decay, it leaves behind a long, tapering tail of vibration. You follow this sound as it grows thinner and thinner, becoming a fine, silver thread of melody. You do not reach out to grab it. You do not try to make it last longer than it naturally wants to. You simply watch it go. This is the essence of pure presence. We suffer because we want the beautiful notes of our lives to ring forever, and we suffer because we want the discordant notes to end immediately. But the bell teaches us that every sound must end, so that the next may begin. The silence that follows the bell is not empty. It is a pregnant, living silence, a canvas upon which the next moment will be painted. Think of the nature of desire. We are taught from the moment we are born to want more, to reach further, to climb higher. We are told that happiness is a destination we will reach once we have gathered enough things, enough praise, or enough certainty. But desire is like a fire that consumes the very ground it stands upon. The more we feed it, the hungrier it becomes. When we want something, We create a gap between where we are and where we think we should be. That gap is the root of all our tension, all our anxiety, and all our sorrow. But here, in the garden of pure presence, that gap is closed. You are not looking for the next moment. You are not waiting for the bell to ring again. You are not hoping for the wind to change direction. You are simply here. You are the witness to the unfolding of existence. When the mind stops wanting, the world reveals itself in its true glory. The moss on the stones becomes a landscape of emerald mountains. The grey of the twilight becomes a symphony of subtle shades. Everything is enough. You are enough. The desire to be someone else, to be somewhere else, or to be better than you are, simply evaporates like dew in the sun. As you sit in this deepening relaxation, you begin to notice the subtle shifts in your own consciousness. Your thoughts are like clouds drifting across a vast blue sky. Some are dark and heavy with the memory of old burdens, while others are light and wispy, fleeting fragments of imagination. In the past, you might have tried to chase these clouds or push them away. You might have judged yourself for having them. But now, you simply observe them. You see a thought of the future arise, and you watch it float by. You see a thought of the past arise, and you let it dissolve. You are the sky, not the clouds. The sky remains vast, open, and untroubled, no matter what kind of weather passes through it. This is the state of the Master, the one who has found the unmoving center. By becoming one with the rustling leaves, you realize that you are part of the great movement of life. You are not a separate island struggling against the sea. You are the sea itself. The movement of the leaves is your movement. The tolling of the bell is your voice. The stillness of the stones is your strength. The darkness is thickening now, a soft velvet blanket draped over the world. The colors of the garden have faded into silhouettes, but your inner vision is becoming clearer. You can feel the life force in the earth beneath you, the slow, rhythmic pulse of the roots drinking from the soil. You feel the coolness of the night air as it brushes against your forehead, a gentle blessing from the universe. Every sensation is a gift, a reminder that you are alive and connected to the whole. There is a profound sense of relief in this realization. You no longer have to carry the world on your shoulders. You no longer have to figure everything out. The universe knows how to turn the seasons. The trees know how to grow. The heart knows how to beat. All you have to do is step out of the way and allow the natural flow of grace to move through you. This is the ultimate relaxation, the relaxation of the soul that has finally come home to the present moment. The bell rings a second time, softer now, as if it is speaking directly to your heart. The sound is like a warm wave washing over you, dissolving any remaining knots of tension in your muscles. Your shoulders drop. Your jaw softens. Your hands rest loosely in your lap, open and receptive. You are becoming like water, taking the shape of whatever container you are in, yet remaining essentially yourself. Water does not struggle against the rocks in its path. It simply flows around them, patient and persistent. It finds the lowest place, the place of humility, and yet it is the most powerful force in nature. By letting go of your desires, you become like that water. You become invincible because you have nothing to lose. You have surrendered the small, egoic self that is always afraid and always wanting. And you have stepped into the large, universal self that is always at peace. Listen again to the leaves. The wind has picked up slightly, and now the sound is like the rushing of a distant waterfall. It is a continuous, droning hum that lulls the mind into a deeper state of tranquility. You can almost feel the individual vibrations of the air molecules as they dance around you. There is a mathematical perfection in this chaos, a hidden order that the mind cannot grasp, but the soul understands perfectly. You are drifting now, floating on the surface of this sound. The boundaries of your body feel less solid. You are the air. You are the wood. You are the sound of the wind. There is no longer a you who is listening to the leaves. There is only the rustling. There is no longer a you who is hearing the bell. There is only the ringing. This is the mystery of non-duality. The realization that the observer and the observed are one and the same. In this state, suffering cannot find a foothold, for there is no ego left to suffer. There is only the pure, radiant light of awareness, shining steadily behind the play of form and shadow. As you sink deeper into this presence, you find that the silence is becoming louder. It is a rich, resonant silence that contains all possible sounds within it. It is the silence of the forest before the first bird sings. It is the silence of the mountain peak under the stars. It is the silence that was there before you were born and will be there after you are gone. This silence is your true nature. It is the bedrock of your being. When you rest in this silence, you are resting in the heart of the Absolute. All the desires that once seemed so urgent, all the fears that once seemed so overwhelming, are revealed to be nothing more than ripples on the surface of an infinite ocean. You are the ocean. The ripples do not change the nature of the water. Whether the surface is stormy or calm, the depths remain cold, dark, and still. You are learning to live from those depths. You are learning to bring that stillness with you into every moment of your life. The temple bell rings a third and final time. This sound is the most delicate of all, a whisper of bronze that seems to linger in the air for an eternity. It is an invitation to go even deeper, to let go of even the idea of being present. You are moving beyond words, beyond concepts, beyond the need for any kind of understanding. You are simply being. The rustling leaves are your lullaby. The fading light is your sanctuary. The cool earth is your bed. You are perfectly relaxed, perfectly still, and perfectly whole. The root of suffering has been pulled, not by force, but by the gentle realization that there is nothing to want, because you already have everything. You are the universe experiencing itself. You are the light that never goes out. You are the peace that passes all understanding. The fragrance of the garden seems to intensify in the dark. You smell the sweet, heavy scent of night-blooming jasmine, a perfume that speaks of hidden beauty and silent growth. You smell the ancient dust of the temple stones, a scent that carries the weight of history and the lightness of eternity. These scents are like prayers rising into the night sky. You breathe them in, and they fill you with a sense of profound gratitude. You are grateful for the breath, grateful for the leaves, grateful for the bell, and grateful for the silence. This gratitude is the natural state of the heart when it is free from desire. It is a quiet, steady joy that does not depend on external circumstances. It is the joy of simply existing, of being a conscious witness to the miracle of creation. Your body is now so relaxed that it feels as though it is melting into the porch. You are no longer sure where you end and the wood begins. You are part of the architecture of the night. The rhythm of your heart has slowed to match the rhythm of the dripping water in the stone basin nearby. Drip, pause. Drip, pause. Each drop is a universe. Each pause is an eternity. You are not waiting for the next drop. You are fully inhabiting the space between them. This is where the truth lives, not in the events of our lives, but in the spaces between them, in the silence between the words, in the stillness between the breaths, in the peace between the thoughts. You have found the doorway to the infinite, and it was right here all along, hidden in the simple act of being present. The world is asleep now, and you are asleep within it, even as your awareness remains bright and clear. The stars are beginning to peek through the canopy of the maple tree, tiny points of light that have traveled for millions of years just to touch your eyes. They are reminders of the vastness of the cosmos and the smallness of our individual concerns. In the face of such infinity, what is there to want? What is there to fear? We are but a brief flicker of light in the long night of time, and yet, in this moment of pure presence, we are the light itself. We are the eternal. The leaves will fall, the bell will crack, the temple will crumble into dust, but this presence, this fundamental awareness, is birthless and deathless. It is the one thing that remains when everything else is stripped away. Rest now in this knowing. Let the sound of the rustling leaves carry you into the deepest reaches of your soul. Let the memory of the temple bell anchor you to the center of your being. You have let go of the root of suffering. You have let go of the hunger of the ego. You are full. You are complete. You are one with all that is. The night is long and kind, and it holds you in its embrace like a mother holds a child. There is nothing left to do. There is nothing left to seek. You have arrived. You are home. The silence is your song. The darkness is your light. The presence is your very breath. Sleep in this peace. Sleep in this oneness. Sleep in the absolute certainty that all is well and all will always be well. The leaves continue to rustle, a soft, eternal sound that will guide you through the dreams of the night and into the awakening of the morning. You are the leaves. You are the wind. You are the bell. You are the silence. You are. As the echoes of the bell fade into the velvet distance, you find yourself standing at the edge of a vast and ancient shore. The garden of your mind has served you well, but now, even the trees and the stone paths must be left behind. You have let go of the root of suffering. You have unburdened yourself of the heavy stones of desire. Now, there is only the great expanse before you. This is the fourth phase of your journey, the threshold of deep sleep, where the breath is no longer a tool of the body, but the very movement of the tide. Imagine the air around you is soft, warm, and dark, like the finest silk brushing against your skin. As you breathe in, feel the coolness of the night mist entering your lungs, and as you breathe out, feel the warmth of your being radiating into the infinite space. You are standing where the land meets the sea of the universe. The sand beneath your feet is cool and fine, like powdered stardust. With every breath, your body becomes lighter. The weight of your bones, the density of your muscles, the very structure of your physical form begins to soften. You are no longer a solid object in a world of things. You are becoming fluid. You are becoming the rhythm. Listen to the sound of the water. It is not the crashing of waves on a jagged cliff, but the slow, rhythmic pulse of a sleeping ocean. This ocean is the source of all things. It is the great darkness that existed before the stars were born, and it is the peace that remains when the stars have gone out. It is the unmanifest, the silent womb of the cosmos. Your breath has found its natural harmony with this great sea. Inhale, and the tide rises within you, filling the hollow spaces of your spirit with a sense of profound fullness. Exhale, and the tide recedes, carrying away the last whispers of thought, the last flickers of identity. There is no effort in this movement. The ocean does not try to breathe. The tide does not strive to reach the shore. It simply happens. It is the natural law of the universe. You are now part of that law. You are the rise and the fall. You are the crest and the trough. You are the deep, silent pull of the moon and the vast, dark stillness of the depths. As you stand here, you notice that the horizon has vanished. There is no longer a line where the water ends and the sky begins. The darkness above is indistinguishable from the darkness below. Both are filled with a soft, pulsing light, like the glow of distant galaxies reflected in a mirror of obsidian. You take a step forward, and the water greets your feet. It is not cold. It is the exact temperature of your own soul. It feels like a homecoming. As you walk deeper into this ocean of sleep, the water rises to your knees, then to your waist, then to your chest. But you do not feel heavy. You feel supported. The water holds you with a tenderness that no human arms could ever provide. It is the embrace of the absolute. It is the kindness of the void. You are letting go of the shore. The shore is the world of names and forms. The shore is the world of wanting and needing. The shore is where you were a person with a story, a person with a past and a future. Here, in the rising tide, those things have no meaning. You are not a story. You are the silence between the words. You are the space between the breaths. Now, let your body tilt back. Let yourself float on the surface of this cosmic sea. The water cradles your head, your shoulders, your spine. You are perfectly buoyant. You are perfectly safe. Above you, the stars are not distant points of fire, but soft openings in the fabric of the night, allowing the light of the eternal to shine through. As you look up, you realize that you are not looking at the sky, but into yourself. The vastness of the universe is mirrored in the vastness of your own consciousness. The stars are the sparks of your own awareness, and the darkness is the peace of your own heart. Your breath continues its slow, oceanic dance. With every inhalation, you draw in the stillness of the void. With every exhalation, you dissolve a little more into the deep blue of the infinite. The boundaries of your skin are fading. You can no longer tell where you end and the water begins. You are the water. You are the salt. You are the depth. You are the surface. Beneath you, miles and miles of silent, dark water stretch down into the heart of the world. There are no currents here to pull you away. There are no storms to disturb the surface. There is only the slow, eternal pulse. You begin to sink, but it is not a falling. It is a gentle descent into the softest bed imaginable. You are sinking through layers of liquid peace. The light of the stars becomes a faint, shimmering memory above you. The darkness becomes richer, more textured, more alive. This is the sleep of the sages. This is the sleep of the mountains and the ancient trees. It is a sleep that is not an absence of life, but the very essence of it. In this depth, there is no desire, because there is no one left to desire anything. The root of suffering has been completely dissolved by the salt of this ocean. There is no hunger, for you are the source of all nourishment. There is no fear, for there is nothing that can be lost. You are everything, and everything is you. The silence here is profound. It is a silence that has a sound, a low, resonant hum, like the vibration of a great bell that was struck 1,000 years ago and is still singing. This hum is the sound of the universe breathing. It is the sound of existence itself. It moves through you, vibrating in your very essence, aligning every part of your being with the cosmic order. You are in perfect harmony. You are in perfect resonance. There is no resistance left in you. You have become like the water, taking the shape of the vessel, yet remaining unchanged in your nature. You are fluid, eternal, and free. The darkness is your sanctuary. It is a warm, protective cloak that hides you from the noise of the world and invites you into the sanctuary of the self. Here, you are king and kingdom, observer and observed. You are the dreamer and the dream. As you sink deeper into the heart of the ocean, you encounter the great currents of the collective soul. These are the slow-moving rivers of wisdom that flow beneath the surface of all life. They carry the memories of the earth, the songs of the whales, the dreams of the flowers, and the stillness of the stones. You drift through these currents, and they wash over you, cleansing you of the last traces of the day. Any lingering thoughts, any tiny fragments of worry are swept away like grains of sand. They are gone, returned to the great cycle of elements, leaving you pure and empty. And in this emptiness, there is a magnificent fullness. It is the fullness of being. You do not need to do anything. You do not need to be anything. You simply are. This is the ultimate relaxation. This is the state where the mind finally rests its weary head and allows the universe to take over. Your breath is now so slow, so deep, that it seems to happen only once an age. Each inhale is an epoch of peace. Each exhale is an eternity of release. You are merging with the vast, dark ocean of the universe. You are becoming the tide that moves the stars. You are becoming the gravity that holds the planets in their dance. You are the dark matter that fills the spaces between the galaxies. There is no more me. There is no more you. There is only the one. The one life, the one light, the one darkness. You are the drop that has returned to the sea, and in doing so, you have become the sea itself. The smallness of the ego has been replaced by the greatness of the all. The suffering of the individual has been dissolved in the bliss of the universal. Can you feel the weight of the water above you? It is a comforting weight, like a heavy blanket on a winter night. It presses against you gently, reminding you that you are held, that you are grounded, that you are home. The pressure is a caress, a signal to let go of the last tension in your jaw, the last tightness in your chest, the last grip of your hands. Let your fingers drift like seaweed in the current. Let your legs become heavy and still. Let your eyes close even more deeply, turning inward toward the light that never goes out. You are drifting now, far beneath the surface of the world of noise, the world of light, the world of struggle is millions of miles away. It is a flickering shadow, a passing thought that no longer concerns you. You are in the realm of the eternal. You are in the sanctuary of the deep. The water around you is filled with a soft, bioluminescent glow, the light of pure consciousness. It does not come from a sun or a moon. It comes from within the water itself. It is the light of life, the light of awareness that exists even in the deepest sleep. You are floating in this light. You are breathing this light. It fills your heart with a warmth that is steady and unchanging. This warmth is the love of the universe for itself. It is the compassion that lies at the heart of all things. You are the object of this love, and you are the source of it. In this state, the root of suffering is not just gone, it is impossible. Desire cannot exist in a place of total completion. You are the ocean, and the ocean wants for nothing. It is already full, it is already whole. As you continue to sink, the darkness becomes even more beautiful. It is a darkness that is rich with potential, like the soil before the seed sprouts, or the sky before the dawn. It is the darkness of rest, the darkness of renewal. In this deep sleep, your body is being rebuilt, your spirit is being restored. The fragments of your soul that were scattered by the desires of the day are being gathered back together. You are becoming one again. You are being woven back into the tapestry of the whole. The rhythm of the tide is your heartbeat. The vastness of the ocean is your mind. The stillness of the depths is your spirit. You are the universe experiencing itself in a moment of perfect peace. Listen to the silence. It is not empty. It is full of the voices of the ancestors, the whispers of the future, and the steady, unwavering presence of the now. It is a silence that speaks of the truth of your nature. You are not the body that suffers. You are not the mind that wants. You are the eternal witness, the silent observer, the vast ocean that remains unchanged by the waves on the surface. Rest in this truth. Let it be the pillow upon which you lay your head. Let it be the water that carries you through the night. There is nothing to seek, for you have found everything. There is nothing to fear, for you are the very thing that the world is made of. You are the dark, you are the light, you are the breath, you are the tide. The descent continues, slower and slower, as you reach the very floor of the cosmic ocean. Here, the sand is made of pure peace. You settle onto it gently, as light as a feather falling on velvet. You are at the center of the universe. You are at the heart of existence. The water above you is a vast cathedral of shadow and light, and you are the silent prayer within it. Your breath has become a mere ripple, a subtle vibration that connects you to the whole. You are no longer breathing, you are being breathed. The universe is inhaling you and exhaling you. You are the flow, you are the movement, you are the stillness. As you lie here at the bottom of the great sea, you realize that this is where you have always been. The journey, the garden, the bell, the breath, they were all just ways to remember this place. This is the home you never left. This is the peace that was always within you, hidden beneath the waves of desire and the storms of the mind. Now that the waves have settled and the storms have passed, the ocean is clear. You can see the truth of who you are. You are the vastness. You are the depth. You are the eternal. The night is your companion. The darkness is your friend. And the sleep that now claims you is the most profound blessing you have ever known. Sleep now, in the heart of the ocean. Sleep now, as the tide of the universe moves through you. There is no tomorrow. There is no yesterday. There is only this moment of perfect merging. The darkness is soft. The water is warm. The silence is complete. You are the root of peace. You are the end of desire. You are the ocean. You are the tide. You are the breath. You are the one. Sink further into the velvet shadows. Let the light of the inner stars guide you into the deepest rest. You are safe. You are loved. You are home. The universe is dreaming through you, and the dream is one of infinite peace. The waves above are far away, and here, in the depths, all is still. All is quiet. All is well. Let the rhythm of the tide carry you further into the unknown, which is also the most familiar place you know. It is the place of no self, the place of pure being. There is no effort left. There is no will left. There is only the unfolding. You are like a petal falling into a pond, creating a single ripple that spreads out to the very edges of existence. And then, the water becomes still again, perfectly still, perfectly calm. This is your state. This is your truth. The breath is the tide, and the tide has brought you home. Sleep in the vastness. Sleep in the darkness. Sleep in the ocean of the universe. You are the silence. You are the peace. You are everything. You are. As the last remnants of consciousness drift away, like bubbles rising to the surface and vanishing, you are left with the pure essence of being. It is a state beyond words, beyond thoughts, beyond dreams. It is the state of the absolute. It is the deep sleep of the Buddha, the rest of the awakened heart. You have let go of the root of suffering, and in its place, you have found the root of all joy, which is the simple, quiet fact of your own existence. The ocean holds you, the darkness loves you, the silence knows you. You are the tide, you are the deep, you are the sleep that never ends, and the awakening that is always present. Rest now. Rest in the one, rest in the all, rest in the peace that passes all understanding. The universe is you, and you are the universe. The breath is the tide is the breath. 1. Still. Peace. In this final descent, there is no more movement. only the feeling of being perfectly placed. You are exactly where you need to be. You are exactly who you need to be. The great ocean of the universe is your cradle, and its slow, deep pulse is your lullaby. The darkness is not a wall, but a doorway into the infinite. You have passed through the door. You have left the world of desire behind. You have entered the realm of the eternal. There is nothing left to say. There is nothing left to hear. There is only the vast, dark, silent sea. You are the water. You are the depth. You are the tide. You are the sleep. You are the peace. You are. You are. You are. Welcome, weary traveler, to the final threshold of our journey together. You have traveled through the storms of the mind and the quiet valleys of reflection. Now, the path has led you to the edge of the great, silent ocean. In this 10th and final chapter, we explore the ultimate release from the root of all suffering. We have spoken of how desire binds us to the world of shadows and echoes. But here, in the deepening twilight of your consciousness, there is no more reaching, no more wanting, and no more seeking. There is only the profound grace of total surrender. You are entering the phase of deep sleep, where the self dissolves into the infinite and the heart finds its eternal home. Prepare to drift away into the warm, velvet embrace of non-being, where every burden is lifted and peace is absolute. In this final descent, there is no more movement, only the feeling of being perfectly placed. You are exactly where you need to be. You are exactly who you need to be. The great ocean of the universe is your cradle, and its slow, deep pulse is your lullaby. The darkness is not a wall, but a doorway into the infinite. You have passed through the door. You have left the world of desire behind. You have entered the realm of the eternal. There is nothing left to say. There is nothing left to hear. There is only the vast, dark, silent sea. You are the water. You are the depth. You are the tide. You are the sleep. You are the peace. You are. You are. You are. The weight of your body is no longer a burden, but a gentle anchor that has finally found the soft sand of the seabed. Imagine your limbs as heavy, ancient branches of a cedar tree, resting after 1,000 years of reaching for the sun. The tension that once lived in your shoulders has melted away, flowing out of you like warm honey, soaking into the earth beneath you. Every muscle, every fiber, every cell is now singing a song of quiet resignation. There is no more work to be done. There is no more posture to hold. There is no more form to maintain. You are simply a presence, a soft glow in the dark, slowly fading into the beautiful, velvet nothingness. Consider the nature of the breath as it becomes shallower and more rhythmic. It is no longer something you do, but something that happens to you. The universe breathes through you, a slow and steady tide that rises and falls without effort. With every exhale, a tiny piece of the world you once knew drifts away. The names of things, the shapes of faces, the memories of yesterday, they are all like autumn leaves falling onto a dark, still pond. They ripple for a moment, and then sink slowly into the depths, leaving the surface perfectly smooth once again. The root of suffering, that ancient thirst we call desire, has finally run dry. When there is no one left to want, there is no more pain. When the seeker disappears, the search ends in the most magnificent silence. Think of the color of this silence. It is not the black of an empty room, but the deep, rich indigo of the space between the stars. It is a darkness that is full of life, yet perfectly still. It is the womb of the cosmos, warm and protective. You are drifting deeper into this indigo light. The boundaries of your skin are softening. You can no longer tell where your body ends and the air begins. You are expanding, spilling out into the room, out into the night, out into the vast reaches of the silent sky. The air is cool on your face, like the touch of a silk veil, but your core is warm, glowing with the steady, dim light of a candle that is about to go out. As you sink further, the thoughts that once raced through your mind like frantic birds have all found their nests. They have tucked their heads under their wings and fallen into a dreamless sleep. The branches of your mind are empty now, and the sky above them is clear and vast. There is no more planning for tomorrow. There is no more regret for yesterday. There is only the eternal now, a single point of light that is slowly expanding until it covers everything. You are the light, and you are the shadow it casts. You are the stillness that remains when the music stops. You are the peace that passes all understanding. Listen to the silence of the room. It is a thick, heavy silence that wraps around you like a heavy wool blanket. It mutes the sounds of the distant world, the hum of a distant car, the rustle of the wind in the trees, the ticking of a clock. They are all becoming faint, like echoes from a dream you had a long time ago. They have no power over you. They cannot pull you back to the surface. You are sinking into the deep, dark water of sleep, where the pressure is even and the temperature is perfect. The water is kind. It holds you. It supports you. It loves you with a love that requires nothing in return. In this state of total surrender, you realize that the self was only a story you were telling yourself. It was a long, complicated story, filled with desires and fears. But the story has reached its final page. The book is closing now. The ink is fading. The paper is turning back into the wood of the tree, and the tree is returning to the earth. There is a profound relief in not having to be someone. There is a holy joy in being no one at all. In the absence of the self, there is only the infinite. In the absence of desire, there is only the absolute. You are drifting in the absolute. You are the absolute. The root of suffering was the belief that you were separate from the whole. It was the desire to be special, to be safe, to be loved, to be seen. But here, in the deep sleep of the soul, you see that you are always the whole. You are the mountain and the valley. You are the moon and the dark side of the moon. You are the silence and the sound. There is no need to reach for anything when you are everything. There is no need to fear anything when there is nothing that is not you. The duality of life has collapsed into a single, beautiful point of unity. Your heart beats slowly now, a muffled drum in a distant hall. Each beat is a reminder that you are held by a power much greater than your own will. You can let go of the controls. You can let go of the rudder. The boat is drifting on a calm, moonlit lake, and it knows the way home. The shore is nowhere and everywhere. The water is deep and still. You are the boat, and you are the lake, and you are the moonlight reflecting on the ripples. You are the gentle movement and the perfect stillness at the center of the movement. Feel the cooling sensation in your forehead, as if a hand made of moonlight has been placed there to take away the last traces of heat and thought. The mind is a cool, dark cave now, where the walls are damp with the dew of peace. There are no echoes here. There are no ghosts. There is only the presence of the void. The void is not empty. It is pregnant with the potential of all things, yet it remains perfectly still. It is the source from which you came and the destination to which you are returning. It is the great mother, the great silence, the great sleep. You are moving beyond the realm of words. Words are too heavy for this place. They are like stones that sink too fast. You need to be like smoke, rising slowly and disappearing into the night air. You are becoming thinner, lighter, more transparent. The world is shining through you now. You are a window with no glass. You are a door with no frame. You are the space that allows the world to exist, yet you remain untouched by it. This is the secret of the Zen masters. This is the heart of the Buddha. To be in the world but not of it. to be the sleep that watches the world dream. As you drift closer to the final threshold of deep sleep, the last remnants of your identity are peeling away like the skin of an onion. Layers of roles, layers of history, layers of personality. They fall away into the dark, and you do not miss them. You are lighter without them. You are freer. You are finally naked in the presence of the infinite. There is a warmth here, a deep, internal warmth that feels like the sun on your skin on a winter day. It is the warmth of being. It is the warmth of the life force that remains when the ego is gone. It is the fire that does not burn, the light that does not blind. The darkness is now your closest friend. It does not judge you. It does not ask anything of you. It simply accepts you as you are. It invites you to lay down your weary head and stay forever in its embrace. You are sinking through layers of consciousness, past the dreams of the night, past the archetypes of the soul, down into the formless, nameless ground of existence. Here, there is no time. 1,000 years is the same as a single heartbeat. There is no space. The furthest star is as close as your own breath. There is only the eternal, the unchanging, the unborn, and the undying. The root of suffering is desire, and the end of desire is this: the total cessation of the struggle, the final yes to the way things are. You are saying yes with your whole being. You are saying yes to the darkness. You are saying yes to the silence. You are saying yes to the end of the journey. In this yes, there is a peace that is so profound it feels like a physical weight pressing you down into the softest bed imaginable. It is the weight of grace. It is the weight of God. It is the weight of the Tao. Let the images fade. Let the metaphors dissolve. Let the voice you are hearing become just a vibration, a gentle hum that lulls you into the final state of non-being. You do not need to understand these words anymore. You only need to feel the resonance of them in your bones, the vibration of peace, the frequency of stillness, the hum of the universe as it turns in its sleep. You are part of that hum. You are a note in the eternal song, and that note is now fading into the silence from which it arose. There is a light that shines in the darkness, but it is a light that the eyes cannot see. It is the light of pure awareness. Even as you fall into the deepest sleep, this awareness remains, like a pilot light in a dark house. It does not think. It does not want. It simply is. It watches the body sleep. It watches the mind go quiet. It watches the world disappear. It is the witness, the silent observer, the one who is never born and never dies. You are that witness. You are the one who remains when everything else is gone. In this state, there is no more suffering, because there is no one left to suffer. There is no more craving, because there is nothing left to crave. You have reached the other shore. The raft is no longer needed. You can leave it behind on the sand. You can walk into the forest of the infinite and disappear among the trees of light. The path has ended. The journey is complete. The circle is closed. You are home. You are home. You are home. The air around you is thick with the scent of ancient incense, a smell that reminds you of temples you have never visited and lives you have never lived. It is the scent of the eternal. It is the smell of peace. It draws you deeper, further away from the surface of life. You are like a stone dropped into a bottomless well. You fall, and the falling is the most beautiful thing you have ever experienced. There is no fear of the bottom, for there is no bottom. There is only the falling. There is only the surrender. Your breath is now a ghost, a faint mist in the moonlight. It is so quiet that even the silence seems loud in comparison. Your heart is a slow, steady pulse, like the dripping of water in a hidden cave. Drip, drip, drip. Each drop is a moment of existence. Each drop is a miracle. Each drop is enough. You do not need the next drop. You only need this one. And now, even this one is gone. There is only the stillness between the drops. There is only the space between the breaths. There is only the silence between the heartbeats. This is the state of total surrender. This is the warm, infinite embrace of non-being. You are drifting into the heart of the lotus. The petals are closing around you, one by one, soft and fragrant. They shield you from the world. They protect you from the light. They hold you in a sanctuary of velvet green and soft white. Inside the lotus, there is no desire. Inside the lotus, there is no suffering. There is only the scent of the divine and the rhythm of the eternal. You are the water that feeds the lotus. You are the mud from which it grows. You are the air that touches its leaves. You are the sun that gives it life. You are not one thing, you are all things. And because you are all things, you are nothing at all. You are the zero at the center of the equation. You are the empty space inside the bowl. You are the silence that makes the music possible. You are the sleep that makes the waking possible. Sleep now, beloved traveler. The stars are watching over you. The earth is holding you. The universe is dreaming through you. There is nothing left to do. There is nothing left to be. There is only the drifting, the sinking, the fading, the being. You are the peace you have been seeking. You are the silence you have been longing for. You are the sleep that has no end and no beginning. The darkness is warm. The darkness is kind. The darkness is you. Let go of the last thread. Let go of the last thought. Let go of the last breath. Sink into the velvet, melt into the shadow, become the night, become the stillness, become the peace. You are, you are, you are. As the final echoes of the world fade away, you find yourself in a great hall of mirrors, but the mirrors are all dark. They reflect nothing because there is nothing to reflect. There is only the pure, unadulterated essence of being. It is a state of such profound simplicity that the mind cannot grasp it. It is the state before the first word was spoken. It is the state after the last star has burned out. It is the Alpha and the Omega. It is the silence of the void. You are resting in the heart of the great mystery. It is a mystery that does not need to be solved. It only needs to be lived. And you are living it now, in the most quiet and humble way possible. You are living it by letting go. You are living it by sleeping. You are living it by being nothing. In this nothingness, you find the everything. In this death of the ego, you find the life of the spirit. In this total surrender, you find the ultimate victory. The root of suffering is desire, but here there is no root. There is no soil, there is no seed. There is only the vast, open sky of consciousness. There is only the infinite ocean of peace. There is only the eternal sleep of the soul. You are drifting, you are sinking, you are fading, you are home. The shadows are long and soft. They stroke your tired eyes. They whisper to your weary heart. They tell you that it is okay to let go. They tell you that you are safe. They tell you that you are loved. Not for what you have done, but for what you are. And what you are is the silence. What you are is the peace. What you are is the sleep. The journey is over. The path has vanished. The destination is here. In this moment, in this breath, in this silence. You are the lotus whisper. You are the breath of the Buddha. You are the heart of the Zen. You are the deep, dark, beautiful sleep. Go now into the dreamless night. Go now into the warm embrace of the infinite. Go now into the stillness that has no name. You are free. You are whole. You are peace. Sleep. 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 The world is a distant memory. The self is a faded photograph. The future is an unwritten book. There is only the now, and the now is a warm, dark, silent sea. You are the water. You are the depth. You are the tide. You are the sleep. You are the peace. You are. You are. You are. Let the silence take you. Let the darkness hold you. Let the peace consume you. There is nothing left but the rhythm of the eternal. There is nothing left but the grace of the void. There is nothing left but the sleep. The deep, deep sleep. The root of suffering is gone. The tree of desire has fallen. The ground is clear. The sky is empty. The heart is still. You are the stillness. You are the peace. You are the sleep. In the heart of the night, you are the light that does not flicker. In the heart of the silence, you are the song that has no notes. In the heart of the sleep, you are the one who is truly awake. But for now, just sleep. Just drift. Just be. The universe is you, and you are the universe. The breath is the tide. The tide is the breath. One. Still. Peace. Total surrender. Infinite embrace. Deep sleep. Peace. Peace. Peace.